Say, would anybody like to summarize what happened last night?
Too.
Hello. I don't remember.
Well,
I
no
remember
inspiration.
we were in that town, and we played around with I don't remember what it's called, but we played around with the rat to try to get cheaper food.
What's it called? We first started in
Sobar.
I think we started on like trail, right? Or going towards Sobar.
Yeah, that was the direction y'all were going. I remember because I prepared some materials for if y'all wanted to explore the Forest of Worms.
We met we met an old lady in the Field of the Dead.
Yeah.
And then we gave
scalper.
And then we gave her some bread.
Disappear or something shit though.
Wait, she like gave me this message in my head, something about like if it was like when you see something like white falling or whatever, head north. I don't know, something like that.
Uh-oh. Sounds like she doesn't remember.
Uh-oh. It's been a while.
I believe the hint
was...
the
fuck? Or the ashes
you said
or something.
It's been a while, and I literally just got a text that says, it's been a while.
Oh, that's creepy.
Wait, it says, oh no, wait, the full message is, it's been a while since we've seen you at the sandwich spot in Reno. Here's a special offer, 20% off.
That's crazy. That's what the clue was from the old lady.
It came back to
It's
me.
been a while since you've been to the sandwich shop in Subar. I believe the hint was something along the lines of, when the ashes fall like snow and all is turned to despair, seek north or something like that.
Yeah.
Sounds like the DM doesn't remember.
Oh, I remember. That's about 98% of what it was, if not exact.
Crucial information.
Crucial. Well, whether you decide to act on it or not, it won't be critical because this is all stuff I'm making up. Anyways, yeah. So y'all got the Subar, where, like you said, you started trying to get, I think, discount on meals with like the what was it, Rathaniel?
Yeah.
Bread.
And then I remember we did a little investigating and we found out there were some robed motherfuckers who were being sussy baka around here. And then we had this creepy guy watching us the whole fucking time. And then when we wanted more info about the robed guys, we went to I know they're like the forest people, but I can't remember what their guild's called. The Elven guys or the
Emerald Enclave
guys. Yeah, the Emerald Enclave. And we went to go find Homeboy, and he got smoked. He was dead from that. Yeah, Jerry had that
old man Jerry
creep arrow shot into him. And then we're all like, oh, fuck. And then we're all like, I found his lockbox, and we're taking his shit, and we're going to take him to the town, and he's got some kind of weird infection thing. Let's burn him.
And then Hog said, don't touch that.
Yeah, don't touch him.
Don't go breathe the smoke. Don't smoke your sausage with that smoke.
Yeah, and then Hog was like, Jerry turned geriatric, and then we bonfired him.
Yeah. And then we were staying at our place. I barricaded my door or something like that. I didn't trust nobody. And then I remember our plan we left off is like, hey, we got to get out of here and alert the Emerald Enclave that this town's vulnerable now without their protector. Unless I said something super like obvious we can capitalize on in the morning about that guy. And we told people that like someone was watching us, but we couldn't identify them, I think, too.
Yeah, there's two people.
Y'all warned the tavern keeper that y'all had been you think you'd been followed or spotted along the way. I don't believe y'all mentioned anything about the Emerald Enclave to anybody, right? Y'all just said...
Yeah, we kept his stuff in his
I think on Discord y'all told me you were going to send a message back to El Turel, where Leosin was, to say, hey, like, we found a representative of the Emerald Enclave dead here in Subar.
The town's vulnerable now. According to the note, I think it said, right?
Yeah, the note essentially said that there was...
I'm dead.
He was sort of like the guardian of the town. Because the Forest of Worms is like notoriously a very dangerous forest. So he was kind of the representative that, was the go-between there. And with him dead, the town could be in danger. So I think y'all decided you'd let Leison, no, but then y'all would get back on the road with the plan of notifying the Emerald Enclave when you arrive.
And getting another rat.
If only.
Yeah.
If only. I think they all scattered, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Well, no, Nathaniel died when he nibbled on the dude's toe, and then black stuff came out of his face and eyeballs too, or something, didn't it?
Yeah, rip Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Just trying to get another meal.
Yeah. Trying to eat the soft skin under that dude's toenail.
Oh, you got a lot of it, so we'll hand you some inspiration.
Woo! So if I had one, do I have 2 now?
Yeah, you can have up to 3, but then it maxes at 3, so, feel free to use them as you see fit.
You can use them all in, like, a one-shot if you want.
Yeah, theoretically, there's no limit to how many you can use in a single turn. You can just keep
you use all yours in a one-shot? Is that why you bring that up?
Yeah. Just have all my inspiration.
It was a bozo move. She rolled 1, 1.
I was getting
4.
2v1'd, so kind of had to. Because Black
And you
Dragonborn
still
kind of
lost.
need help. Well,
And you still lost.
I would have wiped out
And you
both
still
of
lost. And you still lost. And you still
Speaking
lost.
of, that's a good reminder. Trip, you now have a +1 weapon, right?
Yes.
And then Sony, I think, you were the one who retrieved the cloak from
Yes.
Old Man Jerry's. Is anybody wearing that now? I think y'all didn't put it on in the town because people might have recognized it.
Yeah, I didn't put it on.
Now that y'all are on the road, are you going to put it on?
Not yet. I kind of... Like, my thinking is, if someone's out hunting Emerald Enclave, I shouldn't wear it right now.
What's it smell like?
Like, Old Man Jerry.
Yeah, it's pretty musty.
Wait, isn't it something like it has a effect, doesn't it?
Yep. Did we decide on what that
It has
effect
resistance.
was?
It was like, I think, poison?
Sounds
right.
Yes.
When he got shot by whatever the fuck that thing was.
Yeah, resistance to
yeah,
poison.
That's what I remember, because Hog said that last time too. He was like, you should have been wearing it.
Or Jerry.
And fun fact, the reason for that is the Forest of Worms is notorious not only for its danger, but inhabiting a variety of different venomous and poisonous plants and animals.
Oh, we only got one cloak. Let's get cozy, guys.
Well, it's a good thing y'all
plants and animals.
Good thing y'all aren't going in there, I guess. All right, so before y'all leave the town, I assume y'all have sort of accomplished everything you wanted to there. Are y'all ready to hit the road?
Does that cost money? Sending our letter back?
No, we'll say that there's it's relatively cheap to send. There'll be little courier
We went
service.
to the postal service.
Our druid lady just walks up to a bird and goes like, here's a piece of paper. And then it goes back, right?
Exactly. That's why you have a druid in the party.
Yeah. Just free postal service.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
You just need to mail a bomb.
Oh my god. The Unabomber druid.
Unabomber. It's just an angry bird at that point. Dear cultists, you have 5 seconds.
You must destroy this message in 3 seconds, or else the bird will blow up.
It took me 5 seconds to read that.
All right. From Subar, heading north again, reminder, the goal you're trying to get to is Daggerford, where then you'll take a raft upriver, up into the high forest, where you're supposed to meet the Emerald Enclave.
Yeah.
So, as you can see along the road, your next big stop is going to be in Dragonspear,
hey, what are the mushrooms
where our buddy
in the high forest
Squeeb is from. That's a great question. We'll have to find out another time. Squeeb, I wanted to just go over some backstory stuff real quick, because as Sony pointed out, I think when we were on Twitch yesterday, Dragonspear is in fact just a castle. So instead, the way I'm interpreting it is Clan Rakdos sort of has a village very close by Castle Dragonspear, where potentially they may have used to serve the Dwarven lords that lived there or something like that.
Is that all his black friends?
Yeah, it's a clan of red and black dragonborn that live in the area. So my thought is we're gonna have a village there. And then the reason y'all were participating in the war is that the orcs were coming down from the Serpent Hills or potentially even the mountains further north and east. And y'all essentially operated as the vanguard since y'all's village was one of the first sort of on the front. And that's why y'all served and marched into the High Moor. All that sound good?
Yep.
Cool. All right. It's going to take y'all about a day and a half on horseback to get to Subar. Since you're going to have to rest at some point, it's really going to take like 2 days to get there. How are y'all going to travel? Are y'all going to set any watches? Are you sending people forward to scout? Just give me some info about how y'all plan to get there.
We didn't have a caravan or anything. It was just 3
Horseback?
horses.
Nope, y'all are all just on horsebacks,
Okay.
provided by Layson.
I'm gonna go out front with a sign that says "Kill me," and if anything happens, they know something's bad ahead.
That's one way to do it.
Well,
So
funny
you
on
scouting
paper,
ahead?
But I'll be honest, like, if I'm scouting ahead, I can't sit and talk to you guys while we ride, you know? Let's all hang out. I mean,
Alright, scout ahead. See you, Olgierd.
I'll just talk to my horse. And...
Here's this
Hog, we
cape.
decided you have a brother whose name is also Olgierd. It's very confusing.
Okay. Can I name my horse Olgierd too?
100%. I love it.
Yeah, horse's name
Olgierd. Not you, Olgierd. Olgierd.
Take it into gear, Olgierd.
He's an older brother. His name's Olgierd.
That's your dad's name.
Your horse is really fast. His
Olgierd,
name is
yeah.
Olgierd. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I'll ride up front with Olgierd, and me and Olgierd will have a nice chat about being Olgierd while and they watch me, I guess, to make sure nothing bad happens to me. Or no, they watch me and wait for something bad to happen so they can go a different way.
Here's this cape that has a target on the back.
Go wear this. It gives you resistance. It'll be great.
Oh, doesn't give resistance to arrows in the back.
Doesn't give resistance to being murdered.
Alright, so is that the plan? Has Olgierd taken scouting position ahead?
Yeah. Maybe I'll sing loud songs, and maybe I'll drink and horse a little bit if we have any with us.
Alright, I guess me and Thesera are hanging back, just preserving
Talking
horsepower.
shit about me.
That
Behind my
old
back,
gear.
literally.
How far
That'll-
ahead is Olgierd, would y'all say?
I'd want to be maybe like, I'd say 100 or 150 meters in front of them or something like that, you know?
Okay.
Like far enough to where we see each other, but like if someone's waiting to jump somebody, they would hopefully see me and be like, hey, get him! You know? Rather than being all like, oh, see those guys 10 feet behind him? He's obviously staying in front of them. So yeah, I'd try to be like a football field, maybe football field and a half, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say as y'all are leaving Subar and y'all have started to make your distance, you can see on the right that the Forest of Worms is starting to thin. And as you sort of come down into this valley, you actually see a flowing body of water, which is, as y'all can see on the map, the Winding Water.
Yeah.
As you approach the river, go ahead and give me, let's call it a nature check.
Alright, I'm assuming I'm hitting it 100 meters before anyone else. Here's my character sheet. Nature. Where's my nature? It's in my nature to have -1. 13.
13. Okay. You see sort of from the area that there seems to be a bunch of like trampled what's it called? It's like water grasses and things like that on the side of the river.
Yeah.
As well as a number of tracks, mostly quite large tracks, heading up the river towards the Forest of Worms.
Huh. I turn around and I look and I wait for him to walk up.
Huh.
Hey. Hey, guys, there's some shit stomping in the wet grass next to the water. It's going to the forest of Wyrmzau. Wyrm. I
Worms.
can't read. Yeah. Wait, what? I thought worms were in the... Is there worms in the... Yeah, people are going there. I can't read.
Lore accurate Olgierd.
Olgierd goes, oh, what did you say? Yeah. Shit went in there. What do you guys think of that out there, huh? There's nothing going on in between my ears, so...
Well, you're still, like, ahead of us, aren't you?
Catch I wave you over here. Come here.
Y'all have caught up to him at this point?
Yeah, come here.
Okay.
He wasn't
Look
super
at
far
this.
ahead of y'all.
There's some worms in this dirt. Going to the forest of worms.
Good job, Olgierd. Alright, right ahead.
Okay, we'll keep going.
All right. Y'all proceed. Y'all get another few miles on trip before the sun's beginning to set. So y'all need to make camp. Are y'all going to do a rotation? Y'all all going to sleep and then head out? What's the plan?
I'll do first watch.
Rotation Nation.
I can do second.
I can sleep.
All right.
Beauty rest.
Hog, did you say you're on first watch?
Yeah.
Okay, so each of y'all are going to do 4 hours of watch so that everybody can get the full 8 hours of sleep. I don't think any of y'all have an abbreviated time to do a long rest, right?
Nah.
I think it was just
Okay.
Thorn that had a
I'm a
different rest.
squishy little human man. Needs my beauty sleep.
All right. In that case, Hog, is there anything you want to do during your shift in particular to either keep yourself entertained or keep watch, anything like that?
Sharpen blades and talk to my horse. Quietly, so they can rest.
Can you shut up?
Do you have proficiency in any sort of like blade management or anything like that?
Nah,
Smithing?
just for flavor.
Okay. Give me a sleight
I got
of
a
hand check.
whetstone for the fashion. 6.
Oof. You fumble around with the whetstone a little bit. Usually you have folks in your clan that would help you with this. Your
And
next
it's not
your
dark.
your next attack deals 2 less damage.
Oh,
Fuck.
All right, and now I'm gonna do a quick roll.
I hit my horse. I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Blade's a little dull. Let me see here.
All right, nothing happens during your shift, so you're welcome to move on.
I'm gonna
Who's
sleep.
Who's up next?
me.
All right, anything you would like to do during your shift?
I'd probably just meditate and like feel the earth around me.
Dirty ass little freaking forest ass. Whatever.
In an effort, like, is this just to calm yourself down? Or are you trying to attune with your druidic powers?
I guess more to attune. I know like the meditation I feel is like to calm and then I try to attune to the earth.
Okay, sure. Let's do a nature check.
How natural are you?
17. That's a good roll. A little
All right.
piece of grass grows and tickles your butt while you're meditating.
On your next spell attack, you'll get advantage on that attack automatically,
Ooh.
and you're gonna get advantage on this danger roll.
I feel like we're gonna get jumped, guys.
Nothing happens. You're good to go.
Yay.
You didn't
All right.
bust their attacks, guys. I think
Squeeb.
we're gonna get in a fight.
No attack this session. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
That's
having bad
crazy.
dreams right now.
That's crazy. Squeeb, anything you'd like to do during your turn?
I don't know, like go chop down a log and go like build a little dummy and start attacking it.
Okay.
Bro's that bored. He's gonna mine and
I just look at Olgierd's sword that he left out.
All
Just
right.
like, why is that mangled?
Let's just say, give me a strength check, a raw strength check. So that's d20 plus your strength modifier.
He's doing
Raw.
Minecraft tree punching.
Or oh well, 19's pretty damn good. Dude, you chop the shit out of that tree, and you come back and it's crude, but you essentially set it up with a couple of rocks to be able to hold it in place and get some good swings in. So you'll be able to make your next weapon attack with advantage. Thesera and Olgierd, make me a Constitution saving throw.
My constipation. 10. Bro, I have 5 in there. That means I rolled a 5. I rolled a 5.
Is
and
that
and a 3 on the other.
It should just be plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
Which, Hog, I don't think yours should be a 5 either.
What's your Constitution at, Hog? What's
Oh,
your Constitution?
Yeah, it's at. It says it's at 16, and it says 3, but I'm also proficient at it.
Oh, are you
proficient in it?
You're proficient in Constitution saving throws?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so then that means I got a 5 dice and a 5 boost, so I'm still only at 10 now.
We're gonna say both of y'all, just barely, were able to sleep through the racket that Squeeb was causing and able to get a full rest.
Yeah.
So no negative effects on y'all. Y'all were able to sleep through it.
Ooh.
All right, day 2. Y'all are gonna head out. Or y'all gonna assume the same sort of scouting positions?
I'll take point, fellers. Or do we want to make the dragon go for? Well, you both are dragonborn, aren't you? Oh, I was gonna say you could talk smack about the scaly bastard, but you both are. I'm going in front.
Olgierd's like, oh shit, I am alone in this.
You notice how smooth that fuck is?
Look at that smooth skin. Soft baby shit.
All right. Y'all are going to proceed pretty effortlessly. The area you're in, there's some rolling hills, but it's mostly flat for the most part. You can sort of see that the land rises to the east of you, but like the Serpent Hills on this map would be way too far to be able to see. So for the most part, it's just kind of a gentle rise to the east.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Y'all continue to travel north, and by evening time, just as the sun's beginning to set in the sky, you arrive in the Clan Rakdos camp. If I can have...
Are these the dragon people?
They
The red and
are.
black ones? I'm gonna wait for these guys to catch up.
Yo,
So
we're
gonna
Clash
say
Clans top view.
y'all
There's
are
the
coming
town
in,
hall.
y'all are coming in from this direction, so it's not necessarily like aligned north and south because y'all are coming from the south. But y'all are coming in from this way.
I'm waiting for these people. I'm not going in there by myself.
Squeeb, as you recall from the background information, so you essentially came from this area outside Dragonspear. You were born and raised here, as well as your good friend. I'm going to have to go back and look at their name. I'm also going to ask you how to pronounce it, because I did not know.
It's also in the legend there. His name.
Goarulskul.
Goarulskul? Is that right?
Yeah.
Alright, I may butcher it, but...
Or however you want to pronounce it. You could be like Goral Skull. Just get the skull in there. It'll be fine.
Goarulskul.
Goarulskul.
You and he were both raised in this clan, Rakdos. Your mother was actually the chieftain last time you were here, including during the Great War. She's extremely proficient with the sword and shield. She was a little disappointed when you picked up a two-handed sword, but at least it was a sword. No, your father is the town blacksmith.
I was hoping he died in combat or something.
And next to the clan leader, who's considered sort of the strongest member of the clan, the blacksmith is also a position of high honor, as they would have to be the ones sort of preparing everyone for battle, and without a good blacksmith, their forces would essentially be worthless anyways.
I hope we get freebies.
Is there anything else you remember about your town or details you'd like to add?
I just remember last time I was here, Goarulskul got kidnapped from the Great War that took place against the orcs.
And also, if you don't mind, I'm going to say that happened several years ago. Is that okay?
I'm so glad I'm not an orc.
Rather than like 3 months ago.
You're dead.
I'm so glad I'm not an orc.
That would have been real awkward.
I'd probably just think I'm ugly and confuse me with an orc.
All right, so y'all are on the road, like I said, in the top north. So if y'all can actually drop your characters in to show how well y'all are in the town.
If I didn't pick human, my second choice was orc.
Double Squeeb.
So I was a little bit ahead of you, but I'm waiting. I turn around and I'm like, Mom, I'm scared. I don't want to go in there alone.
Help, me and Hog.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. Would Squeeb, have you told anybody that y'all were coming up on your town, on your hometown, or have you kept that to yourself?
Nah.
Well, I'll stop at the first dragon person I see and turn around and wait for my dragons.
I ride up behind Olgierd and I say, nothing like home.
Yeah, there is nothing like home. Is this your home?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
This is my home.
Oh.
Nice place you got here.
Yeah. Nice paneling.
Squeeb, as you arrive to sort of where that guardhouse is, two extremely young-looking male red dragonborns set out in the road in front of your path and say, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Oh, you guys are every color of the rainbow, huh? I thought they were like people. You just had light.
One of the red dragonborn eyes you suspiciously and says, "Hold your tongue, smooth skin."
No, the smooth skin.
As I Squeeb of the Rakdos clan.
Squeeb? I haven't heard that name before. Are you sure if you're from around here?
He meant to say dweeb. Does that ring a bell?
Oh yeah, we all know Dweeb. He's a red dragonborn though. He's in town. He's well, and he motions like cuckoo by his head. Like, he's not the brightest.
Well, if you don't know my name, I believe you know my father, the blacksmith of our clan.
He's just Squeeb Sr. They didn't recognize your last name.
Do you have a preference for their names? Because I didn't come up with them.
I'll just do Squeeb Sr. and then Shmeeb, I guess.
Shmeeb for your mom?
Yeah.
Squeeb Sr. Oh, well, we do recognize this name, Squeeb Sr.
I don't recognize Squeeb, but Squeeb Sr.
Squeeb Sr., yeah. Oh, the town blacksmith? Squeeb Sr.? Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. He's your father? I never would have guessed that from the name Squeeb.
Couldn't you see a resemblance? I'm pointing at his face.
I smack away Olgierd's hand.
They look and they go, "Oh, I suppose," but then again, that would honestly, you look a lot more like your mother, Shmeeb.
Oh, I thank you. She is very
feminine appearance. Don't
they look up at you again at the smooth skin behind you, and they go, "Are these your friends?"
Yeah, I don't mind that one. That one's Olgierd, and this one's Thesera. Don't mind their complexion. I believe they'll be fine in their
introduce me.
Squeeb, you know from your time in Clan Rakdos, seeing as it was a group of red and black dragonborn, they don't hold the same sort of necessarily preference that some other clans might that only live with the kind of their own.
You hear that? So they don't have prejudice, Thesera.
they don't really bat an eye at you bringing a white dragonborn vibe, though they are a bit suspicious of the human you have with you.
Yeah, this is Olgierd, and this is Olgierd, and then the lump on top of Olgierd is Olgierd.
This is all very confusing. There's Squeeb Sr, Olgierd, and Olgierd now. Somehow, maybe because they're not dweeb, they all just nod their head in understanding. There you go. Yes, Squeeb Sr, Olgierd, and Thesera. Got it. Perfect. All right. Well, y'all go ahead and get into town. Y'all be the last people through tonight before the town begins to shut down. If you head into the town center, there still might be some folks milling about, but y'all should probably head home before soon. I'd say you have about an hour before sunset.
Alrighty, Squeeb. What are the best spots we got to hit right now?
So I did update the numbers here, so these are actually reflective. Oh, I didn't see 10 up there. 10 is just a residential area, so nothing to worry about.
It's a retirement home.
That's actually Dweeb's mansion. He might be stupid, but he's really, really rich. Has several homes.
This is a retirement home. We have the retirement home out on the outskirts of town, so if we're under attack, we can hear them getting attacked first, and then we can prepare.
That's so cool. Would you guys like to
that mop that just joined?
Would you guys like to go see the storehouse before it closes, or would you like to go into the town?
Job to your father.
Please don't show that to him.
Okay.
You guys can check out the storehouse. I'm just gonna look at the statue.
Alright, don't touch anything.
Oh, I just looked at it. Now I'm gonna go to the storehouse.
Okay, the storehouse is locked when you arrived.
Just a second too late. It says it closes at 5:50. We're here at 5:56.
We don't even have clocks in this world.
From where y'all are, you can hear.
I pull out a watch sundial.
Y'all can hear the banging of a hammer coming from the blacksmithy. Thesera, are you staying with them, or are you going out on your own?
I think I'll just walk along here.
Okay. At 3, you do notice the statue to the lost, which is what I'm calling it. You wouldn't know it's that. Essentially, you just see a large statue in the middle of town, seemingly made entirely of steel, showing several different dragonborns posed with swords, shields, great swords, great axes, all things like that.
Does it have plaques you can read?
All sort of posing valiantly on top of a marble pedestal.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. They spit on the statues, so good luck here. Trust me. Walk away.
I'd recognize that clanking anywhere.
You head into the blacksmithy?
Yeah.
Sure enough, you see a much older black dragonborn sort of hunched over an anvil as he's beating some hot iron that looks to be in a sword mold.
Whoa.
He doesn't hear you approach as
I'm
it
just
is
staring
quite
at him.
loud.
Dad, Squeeb Sr.
He still doesn't hear you from where you are. You'll have to get closer.
I just start yelling at this point. He's been clanking his whole life.
I tell you, I'm like, is he hard of hearing?
And then he turns directly at Olgierd. What'd you say?
What'd you say, you little shit?
Watch your mouth, smooth skin.
Get your blunt axe out of my fucking shop. You washed up sack of shit.
He's just hammering away still. Are you gonna start yelling?
Yeah, I go in front of him. Hello?
In a tradition that's not unfamiliar to you, having caught him in his work before, you know to sort of get in the peripheral of his view and yell rather loudly, to which he turns over to you, and he's got those little glasses that, like, I swear to be able to stare at the bright iron while it's hot.
No, he's got medieval sunglasses?
He does.
Awesome.
Some shades.
Yeah, I want some. Oh, fun. Headphones on.
And he turns over to you, and despite his smaller stature, he is quite muscular. And he goes, "Oh, who goes there? Sorry, I'm just a bit busy." And as he removes the shades from his eyes, it takes him a moment, but then you see a sense of recognition. He goes, "Squeeb? Is that you?"
Yes, it is I. Squeeb. No.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, that's my father.
He walks over and sort of takes a look at you and goes to start offering you a hug, and then sort of withdraws for a moment. And he says, "Have you seen your mother yet?"
No, I haven't. We just rode into town. We just got here and saw that the storehouse was already closed.
Yes, the storehouse was indeed closed. He looks at you sort of with a frown, and he says, "Oh, you've been gone so many years. You should go see your mother. She's at home."
All right. This is one of my members of our party that we've been traveling with, Olgierd, and his horse Olgierd.
Pleasure to meet you, Olgierd, or is it Olgierd?
Olgierd, it's fine.
All right, Olgierd.
He's not privy in the
Y'all are welcome to stay the night if you like. I'll see you at home in about an hour or so. I'll be back for dinner.
All right. As you can see from Olgierd's smithing techniques, he's not that privy as you are. You think you could help him?
His hammer's sharper than my axe.
Are you asking him that?
Yeah, just looking at it.
He turns to Olgierd and sees sort of the chips in his war axe and just visibly takes a step back and is like, "Ugh."
I messed up.
He says,
"You don't need to say it. We know it."
I'll tell you what, for a friend of my son's, I'll take care of it when we get back home tonight. I've got some gear at home that can smooth that out.
Wow. All right, smooth axe for the smooth skin. Let's go.
Let's go ahead and say, in case if you wrote it down, you can go ahead and scratch off that -2 to your next damage.
Woo!
That'll be 5.
Thesera, meanwhile, what have you been up to? Are you still at the statue?
I think I would have just done a quick stroll, just along here and then back.
Okay. As you sort of scroll up across the houses by 9, and then all the way up to 10, you start to notice a trend in sort of the red and black dragonborn that you see going about. There seems to be quite a few elderly dragonborn here, as well as quite young dragonborn, like the ones that you saw at the gatehouse. There seem to be relatively few, young adult dragonborns. Similarly, as you look across the houses, you would still say most of them seem to have some activity, but there are several that seem to be worn down and have been empty for several years.
I'm assuming just from that, I think the young adults and the adult dragonborn are probably out at war, or I don't know how long ago their war was, but maybe have died or just lost.
Well, there might be somebody in your party that you can ask about that.
It took me way too long to find this picture.
All right, by the time you get back, all of y'all sort of reunite in the town square near the statue to the lost. Which, Squeeb, this would have been your first time seeing it, as it would have been commemorated at the end of the war. But since you didn't return home, you wouldn't have seen it.
Do I recognize the person in the statue?
One of them carrying a giant battle axe does seem to look a bit familiar to you, but seeing as it's all made of steel, it's hard to make out the details.
It's Squeeb Jr.
Yeah, that's me. I go up to it. Is there any plaque on it or anything?
There is. There's a plaque identifying it as the Statutes of the Lost, and it commemorates those lost in the recent Orc War. And there's a list of names underneath, and there's about 40 or 50 names, including Goarulskul.
Oh, Goarulskul.
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 Goarulskul. Does it have any dates on it, or have you? It was a few years you said, and we decided, right?
Yeah, there's no dates to it, but it is specifically commemorating the Orc War that you fought in. There also seem to be a couple candles and other offerings lit sort of around the statue that seem to receive some regular activity from the townsfolk.
Are there any candles that aren't lit?
Several, yeah.
I'll go ahead and light a few.
With...
You know these guys? With do you have a tinderbox? Because we make camp or whatever, you know?
I have my torch.
Okay, we'll say, I assume you've got like some flint and stone to light your torch or something. So we'll use that to light the candles.
Yeah, you know these guys, Squeeb? Are you honoring them?
Several passerbyers, some young and old, seem to smile at the motion, and you can tell they appreciate your sort of attendance there.
Yes, Olgierd. This was the war that we were a part of a few years back, and these are all the souls that were lost.
Oh shit. I'll I'm not lighting any candles, but I'll do like a little, like, I don't know, put my hands together and do a little head bow as I walk by it, at least.
Funnily enough, the Red Dragonborn that were at the guardhouse are returning at this moment and see you praying, and they just give a little nod and a thumbs up. They're like, hey, that smooth skin's all right.
Yeah, I am.
Is Thesera doing anything, or is she just gawking from a view?
I'll just bow my head down, but that's about it.
You're fake. Anyways.
Copycat ass motherfucker. Anyways.
Alright, after I finish lighting all those up, I'll go to my home.
Okay. Y'all head south then. Across, you can see sort of the two biggest buildings in the town square. Is one, the town hall, which sort of
my Clash
takes the layout of
It's like town hall level 5.
It's sort of an open building. You can see within there's essentially just a large space for people to meet, as well as there seems to be like a kitchen in the back, as well as some side rooms that you think are probably administrative offices, if you recall from your time there.
Here's the
barracks. And then 7 is the barracks, which seem to still be quite busy, but it's filled with like those young Red Dragonborn, just young men and women that seem, from your opinion at least, from having just fought in a war, a little bit young to be out here fighting and training.
I'm 14.
Oh, they've already enlisted just little ones just from eggs.
I listen to a lot of stories of people actually going to third world countries and fighting wars, and a lot of the resistance fighters in those actual areas, you know, like usually I always hear the stories from like the American people or the people who went over there, you know, but a lot of the fighters who are like a resistance against a lot of the terrorist groups in their areas and stuff are a lot of like very young, maybe young people, like even 14-year-olds and shit who just have lost family members and they fight because no one else is there to do it, you know?
Yep.
So.
Sounds like this place.
A sad fact of war.
Yep.
I just make a passing comment and just like, hatchlings already off to war.
All right, as you get to your house, or the place you at least recognize as your old home, the door seems closed, but you can see that there's a couple lights on inside. What do you do?
I knock on the door. No, get out of here.
You sleep on the street. You get to sleep with other Olgierd in a stable.
I just yell, Shmeeb! Shmother!
Shmama!
You hear quietly from the other side of the door. Come on in.
Hello?
Don't mind if I do.
Upon entering the home, you see that you've sort of come into sort of a living dining room area. And across the room from you, there's a large fireplace where there seems to be a woman sitting in a rocking chair in front of the fire with her back turned to you.
Shmeeb, mother, it is I, Squeeb.
She doesn't recognize it at first, but she says, Mother, Squeeb, is that you?
Yes.
And she sort of turns her head to try and look at you, but she doesn't make a move to get up out of the chair.
I go towards her and meet her at her rocking chair.
Yeah, if you didn't speak up, I was gonna be like, I push Squeeb forward. Go talk to your
mom. As you get there, she still doesn't move from her chair. And as you approach, you see that she actually seems to be quite ill. She seems to be, some of her scales are starting to peel off, and there's sort of clouds in her eyes that might imply that she's starting to lose some sight. And even still, upon hearing you and seeing you, doesn't make a move to get up from the chair.
I turned to is it Theresa or Teresa?
Teresa.
Yeah.
So neither.
Thesera.
Is it Olive Garden or Olgierd?
Olive Garden. I was just like real quiet to Thesera, like, hey, do dragons molt? Like,
not like that. Naturally.
Do I hear Olgierd?
I hope you don't. I guess she can't. She can't even see. You should just tell her I'm a dragon too, huh? Anyways.
This is my smooth friend, dragon. Look like the dragon in WoW that has like the smooth skin.
Oh yeah, like that hot dog.
Yeah, this is my friend. He's just got a skin condition. It's called human.
Tony, remind me, what time do you need to leave?
Like 3 the latest.
Okay.
So we got...
Do you need to sign off at like 2:30 then, or?
Probably at least 1:45.
Okay, good to know. All right.
You should just sit in your uniform while we
yeah,
play.
like I said, you're standing up next to her now, close enough to touch her, and even though she's looking up at you, you're not exactly sure how much she's able to see.
Mother, what is the meaning of this? What happened to you?
She says, "Oh, Squeeb, my boy, it's been so many years. How long has it been?"
At least 3 to 5.
Roughly 3 to 5 years since I saw you, Mom.
So
4. 4 is a safe bet.
She said, "Oh, so good to have you home. Do I hear there are other people here as well?"
Yes, these are the members of my party. We have Olgierd and Olgierd on his horse.
Yeah, we're
and then Thesera.
I like it when you say party.
She still seems to be quite sharp, though. Her senses are dulled a bit. And she says, Thesera, Olgierd, welcome. Welcome to our home. I'm sorry I can't greet you better.
Oh, if we don't mind at all. I can tell we have such a good friend because we met his parents. He's got great parents as well.
Oh, such a sweetheart.
Yeah, Squeeb Sr. is sharpening his axe blade right now. He said he'll be home in an hour.
Oh, lovely. Will y'all be staying for dinner then?
Yeah, we have some time.
As long as I get to help cook.
Oh, we'd appreciate the extra pair of hands. That's quite generous.
What would you like?
Sarah just gets to sit and watch, but that's okay.
Oh, your father should be bringing back some ingredients from the town market. Most nights we just have a stew, so he'll probably pick up some extra vegetables and meats and whatnot. She says, it really is so good to see you. I wish it could be under better circumstances.
Yes, of course. I saw the statue out in front of the town hall.
Is that new to you?
Yes, it's new to me. It wasn't here when I was fighting the war.
Oh, it's a beautiful piece, isn't it? Your father commissioned it. I think he did a wonderful job. We do miss our sons and daughters so much. Have you been to Goarulskul's home yet?
No, I haven't. We just stopped at the blacksmith to go see Dad, but and then we went to the town center, and then we finally arrived here.
Oh, well, you really ought to go pay your respects there as well. Did you stop by the statue though, and did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was very beautiful. I lit the candles that have been there for quite some time, I see.
Oh, that's my little Squeeb, and she reaches up sort of a weak hand to try and touch you. But she can't bring the strength to it, so her arm just kind of folds back into her lap.
I just grab her arm and just like grab it in my palm.
She gives you a bright, warm smile, and you think you can see a bit of a tear form in her eye. She says, "It really is so good to see you again, my son."
Things really haven't been the same since the war.
Well, you'll have to tell me all about your adventures.
Well, right now, I'm in this entourage. Our other half of the party is over in Baldur's Gate right now.
Oh, quite the world travelers, aren't you? That's exciting.
Yeah. Would you guys like to say anything and fill her in?
I'm just tearing up looking at her frail form.
Yeah,
Sarah, why are you crying?
No reason.
At this point, your father comes in, and sure enough, he's got his hands full of a couple burlap sacks that seem to be overflowing with vegetables, as well as you can spot some salted meats sort of falling out of the side of one.
Oh boy, salted meat, my favorite.
Salted meat!
Oh, wonderful. You all decided to stop by. One of the folks on the way home said y'all stopped at the statue?
Yes, I paid my respects, and so did my friends here.
You did great work on that.
He smiles in a sort of strange way where you can sort of see some pride in his face, but also a great sadness in regards to sort of what it was commissioned for. He says, "Oh, that was very good of y'all, and thank you very much. Now, let's get to cooking, shall we?
Yeah.
Can't talk on empty stomachs."
Here, Dad, let me take those. You go relax. Me and my friends will make you a meal.
Yep, I know I can always talk, but let's get cooking.
Oh, very kind of you. He hands them to you, and y'all sort of make your way to the kitchen area at the side. Are all three of y'all going to help make food?
Thesera's not. So.
Yeah, I can help just prepare like the vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't cut yourself.
Thesera's on vegetable duty. What are the other two of y'all on?
I start kindling the fire under the cauldron to start the stew.
Yeah,
okay.
And I pour some water in it to boil.
Sarah's dicing up the vegetables. I'm gonna start dicing up little meat chunks to throw in there.
Okay, let's get sleight of hand checks from Thesera and Olgierd.
Dude, I'm gonna cut my finger off.
And
ooh.
Oh God.
6.
From Squeeb, let's get a athletics check.
Alright.
Athletics. We just drop all the shit we cut and he has to catch it.
Where the fuck is athletic? Oh, there it is.
16. All right, you're able to prepare the fire, and like all of the wood's cut evenly, perfectly. You set the fire well. It's just at the right amount of heat for the stew you're making. You turn over to Thesera and Olgierd, though, and you see the ingredients that are about to go in this stew. and it is a mess.
I just see the vegetables are cold from Thesera touching them.
Olgierd actually chopped through the cutting board somehow, and he has little chunks of wood mixed in with the meats.
No.
Thesera was slicing up all the vegetables and like has them in the oddest chunks. Like there's little slivers of vegetable as well as just like half a cabbage uncut.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired.
They're both standing there just excited, like, here you go, here's the stuff.
Olgierd, we're not serving that to my family. Thesera put the vegetables in.
I was hoping it would get a little oaky flavor, you know what I'm saying? Like, sleight of hand is bad, but I got sleight of mouth,
Got
I
a
guess.
splinter in my stomach.
Oaky.
I try and clean up the wood chips and the meat as best I can.
All right, they'll start working. Since it's taking a bit longer, your father comes over and looks at it.
All right.
gives a little, takes the broken cutting board now and
I can fix that.
Throws it into a fire in front of your mother, just since it's essentially just firewood now, since it's all messed up.
Thanks, Olgierd. I was there since I was there.
Hey, don't blame the horse.
Oh, that was a wedding gift from Squeeb Sr. That's such a shame.
Oh no!
I can fix that.
It's in the fire.
It's in the fire now. Squeeb Sr. is very practical. He didn't have any sort of emotional attachment to it for some reason. All right, well, after a little bit, everybody's stomachs are growling, but y'all are able to eventually get the stew out for everyone. And to sort of get your mother over to the dining room table, your father sort of gets up under her arms to help lift her up. He's able to put some weight, it appears like, and she can still move her legs and walk a bit, but clearly not without assistance. So
I go up under on their other side and help her.
I wonder if we just...
Oh, such a sweet boy, and your father gives you a reassuring nod, and y'all walk her over to the table and sit her down. Meanwhile, your father goes to a back room to get out other chairs for your friends so that everybody can sit around. Admittedly, a cramped, somewhat smaller table, but y'all are at least able to find a spot.
I wonder what would happen if we got you.
Is there still wood chips in the meat or no?
No, y'all were able to prepare the stew. It's nothing special, but it's passable at least.
This is quite palatable. Good job, Olgierd. Not the horse.
Thank you. Thank you for the ingredients supplied and the place to sit and the roof over my head.
That you repay us by chopping my grandfather's board.
I can fix that.
It's in the fire.
I can't fix that.
Go get a necromancer for wood.
Y'all continue to make small talk around the table until eventually your father sort of clears his throat and says, well, son, we are happy to have you home, of course. To which your mother goes, very excited to have you home. And your father says, right, but it's been so many years. Why are you back now, and why haven't you come sooner?
Oh, traveling the world and stuff. No, ever since the war, I've just been strutting with distress at the loss of my friend, Goarulskul.
Y'all did become rather close in the war, your mother comments. Y'all didn't really know each other growing up, though, did you?
No, it was only when we trained together in the barracks where we truly bonded.
He says, "Oh, that's right." And your father goes, "Did you note the large one wielding the battle axe on the statue?"
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Was that based on
my
friend?
It was. I'd only met him on a few occasions, so it's probably not perfect, but I did my best.
No, it's great. It really captures his essence. His bloodthirstiness.
Your mother nods and seems to look up in memory, both not being able to see the memory itself, nor probably the roof she's staring up at. And goes, he was a fierce warrior. He never came home, so we included him on the list, but we never learned what happened to him. Was he with you when he perished?
No, I'm pretty sure the orcs got a hold of him, and we led the mission to go and recapture him, but it was a fail.
But you never found his body. She leans forward for a bit.
No, we never found his body.
She looks back at her husband, and they look back and forth at each other. And they go, "You really ought to go to his home, then."
All right.
Your father sort of goes, "Honey, it's nothing." And she goes, "No, he should go. They are kids' rumors after all, but you should know, Squeeb. People have said that they've seen Goarulskul."
Really?
Yes, like I said, kids' rumors and all that. He's never come home. We assumed him dead. He's on the list of dead. But there's sort of a haunted house rumor going around the kids of the village.
I noticed that there's a lot more hatchlings in the barracks now.
Well, we lost so many during the Orc War. We have to rely on them, unfortunately, as well as the elderly now to protect us oftentimes. Thankfully, there's no danger, seemingly, at the moment.
Well, let us finish our dinner, and then we'll head over there.
Okay, of course. You'll continue to have small talk for another 30 minutes or so, until after everyone's finished and you see that the sun is, at this point, beginning to set on the horizon. So your mother says, "Well, if y'all are going to make it over there tonight, you probably should get going before it gets too dark. There'll be some torches lit up in the square, but don't want to stay out too late."
I want to help back to your other seat before we leave the dinner table.
"Oh, that's so kind of you, hon." And her husband gets up to help her as well, and y'all both help her back to her seat in front of the fire again.
Yeah,
she says, "Y'all are, of course, welcome to stay here. Unfortunately, we don't have but one extra bed. If y'all all wanted to stay together, you might be best staying off at the barracks. We can send word ahead that y'all be staying there."
All right, thanks, Mom. We'll decide what we want to do when we get back.
All right.
I was going to say, I'd be fine with just a roof. If you want to stick at your house, Squeeb, I can lay on the floor, bud.
Oh, no. You were my guess. We'll find something for Olgierd and Olgierd. Maybe a nice haystack.
Yeah.
All right. With that, are y'all gonna head out to Goarulskul's old home?
Yeah.
It's getting dark. Perfect time for an investigation on a rumored haunted house, huh?
Mm-hmm.
As I walk up to the house, I just get hit with nostalgia. Just watching or seeing the old house and how it's held up.
Yeah, the house has seemingly been held up decently well. The outside, at least. From what you can see inside, there don't seem to be any lights on. So there are a couple torches and sconces nearby if you want to grab one to take inside.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay. Did you ever stop by Goarulskul's home during the war, or would y'all have been away out on? I don't remember the name of the hills over there.
Orc War Hills.
But would y'all have ever been in town together?
Yeah, since the barracks is right here, I would have been able to see him or go into his house.
Okay, so yeah, you've been here a couple times. Y'all probably had a couple small parties between yourselves, maybe some arm wrestling matches. Probably drank a lot. So to your point, yes, the sort of outdoors and even as you step inside fills you with a sense of nostalgia. But as you enter, there seems to be nothing but dust and cobwebs everywhere, as well as several pieces of flipped over furniture.
You said the outside looks fine, though?
Yep, it seems out of respect for those that have been lost. The the townsfolk have been keeping at least the outward appearances of the homes intact.
What flipped the furniture?
What was that, Olgierd?
I was asking if you could fathom what flipped the furniture. The people are kind of respecting this place. I doubt people were busting in and flipping it themselves.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a dragon board. I think it would most likely during the war. When our town got ransacked by the orcs.
We want to set it back up?
Yeah.
How you remember it?
Yeah, I'd take one side of the couch and then have Olgierd help.
Oh, Thesera, you're not going to cast telekinesis and flip some furniture, huh?
No, I cannot do that, Olgierd.
Oh.
As y'all are moving around the room, sort of rearranging some of the furniture, you do see signs that some people have been in here. There's some areas where some dust has been cleared off. On one of the walls, you also see there's like a tic-tac-toe board that's been painted on the wall, as well as just some general graffiti that seems to be written maybe by some of the kids in town.
It's not any orc gang signs, though.
No.
The X's and O's.
Stinks.
Squidward smells.
Yeah, there's one that says Squeeb stinks. There's one that says Olgierd was here.
I did that one just now in the dust with my finger.
Olgierd, can you erase that, please? This is my old friend's house.
You want me to clean the other shit up, too?
What other shit?
The stinks.
Oh, yeah. I thought you like freaking like just made a whole bunch of shit right now.
Yeah.
You just like have a whole mural behind. You want me to clean this up too?
Yeah.
In sort of the neatest area of the room, you see there's just 2 chairs and a small table with a large piece of fabric folded over the table.
Tablecloth or a flag or something.
Go up and investigate that table.
Okay. As you get there, you unfold the cloth, and it seems to actually be a checkerboard with a bunch of little pieces that whoever was in here was likely using and playing around with.
Hey,
Someone playing checkers.
In here?
I don't think so, Olgierd. It's so dusty in here, and all the furniture's been uprooted, turned upside down.
As you say that, you seem to hear a humming coming from the back of the house, and a bright light seems to be emanating from the room.
I'm gonna see if I can jump in and hide real quick.
Olgierd dives under the table.
Yeah. I wanted to catch them doing what they normally do, you know?
I go investigate this light.
Okay, I guess I won't roll stealth.
I'll just follow behind him.
In the back room, as you enter the room, in the corner in the back, there seems to be this floating ephemeral light. But it's only there for a fleeting moment as you enter the room. As if it notices your presence, it seems to dissolve through the wall.
Did you guys see that?
The light disappears.
I just saw the light coming around the corner. I didn't get any good look. And
Thesera, did you see that?
No. See what?
Huh.
A moment later, through a window in the back bedroom, you can see a light fainter this time. Again, sort of appear from outside the window.
Is it like a high up window, or is it like one of the windows that are like...
It's just a 1-story home, so it's essentially just like eyesight window that you would have in a room.
I go look out the window.
Yo, Squeeb, you think someone's walking around outside with a lantern?
Maybe.
As you look out the window, you see the ephemeral light again, and it seems to be moving away from you.
What color?
In this direction.
Is it like a sunbeam?
This was southward, so this would be like northish, northeast-ish, out of town. No, it seems to be glowing with sort of a dim yellow light.
Strange. Just see a dim yellow light fleeting from the town, heading southward.
Strangely enough, whenever it seems to hit like a path, like both the path here and the back, and then again when it hits the road here as it's moving, seemingly out of town, it's almost as if two large sets of feet sort of extend out of it, almost as if to touch the path, and then when it leaves the path, it goes back to sort of the floating orb again.
Weird stuff going on. Are you guys seen this?
I'm looking over your shoulder. Oh, let me see. You want to go out and check it?
Might as well follow along. Where does it lead to?
It's in this area over here, behind Goarulskul's old home.
As y'all round, we'll say y'all get it back around the side of one of the houses back in this sort of field. Up in the distance, I'd say over... Oh, excuse me, I gotta sneeze.
Bless.
Goodness gracious.
Strike of lightning from God.
The dad sneezes. Yeah, lightning strikes one of these trees in the field. All of y'all can see in the distance a light up here. Olgierd and Thesera, give me, we'll call it an Arcana check.
Arcana.
17. Oh, I roll my best roll of the day on something I have a -1 in.
Y'all both recognize this as something supernatural or magical in nature. And in fact, you can tell that it seems to be changing its form somehow, moving between this ethereal floating light. And Squeeb, you recognize the form it takes immediately, as it takes that of a large dragonborn warrior with a battle axe. And it's just staring at y'all in the distance before becoming an ephemeral light again, and continues to float to the northeast.
You guys see that? That was Goarulskul.
Oh shit, really? I could tell it was something. You knew? You recognized him though?
Yes, he looked exactly like the statue.
Yeah, do you want us to follow with you, or do you want to go on your own?
I don't know if he looked exactly like the statue. That's high compliments to your father.
It looked somewhat like the statue if you squinted really hard.
If you just squinted really hard. Y'all gonna follow?
You want us to follow, or you want to do this on your own, big dog?
It's follow.
Something supernatural. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, well, I wonder if Goarulskul only wants to talk to him. That's why I said, hey,
well, then
I want your permission to continue.
You can just follow and not talk then.
What if he doesn't want us to hear what he's going to say?
Then you can close your ears too, Olgierd.
I didn't think of that one.
Close them, like blinking my eyes.
So we're all on horseback riding towards?
Yep. And strangely enough, as y'all get on your horses, it's almost as if the floating orb recognizes that y'all are moving faster, and just to stay essentially almost like equidistance from where y'all have been from it, it wants to be close enough. It seems to want to be close enough to be able to be seen, but it seems to be still leading you out of town. And after about 1.5 miles on horseback,
this is the most elaborate freaking jump robbery I've ever been involved in. But anyways,
you arrive, Squeeb, in a location that you recognize all too well. This was
black.
This was the final location you remember seeing your friend Goarulskul. This was like the last hint you had of finding his location.
Here too.
When you came here during the Orc War, there was a group of orcs that y'all ambushed here. Took several hostage, killed most of them, and you tried to get information from them, but none seemed to have information about where your friend was. At that point, you were convinced he was dead.
Is that blue sheet of light we're looking at?
Squeeb, can you drop your character?
Yeah. Slow head.
All right. So y'all have arrived at this location. Y'all are essentially, as you can see from here, we'll leave y'all's characters where they were. They were fine. Yes, Squeeb, that's fine. You can be leading the way. Squeeb, you've got a general knowledge from this place, but it would have been from several years ago, and from what you can see already, you can tell it's in a bit of a ruin. But some of the walls from sort of the outpost they had seem to still be standing. And you finally now caught up with the light that you saw. And similarly as before, when it seems to be in this middle pathway, it almost seems to grow feet. As if it was turning to look at you.
I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
It again moves away from you and out of sight over in this direction. To the left.
I stop at this entryway, and I'm at awe, just remembering this place.
Okay. Y'all can move however far you want for now. Just try to move somewhat slowly because I'll start revealing areas around you that you can see, and just stay within the area you can see for now.
I'm just going to be latched on Squeeb's ass like a pair of swimwear.
Guys, this was the last place Goarulskul was, where I found him.
You did find him? Or this is where you last saw him?
This is where I last saw him.
Okay.
I'm getting very sus feelings about this place. Be very careful.
You know, a little confidence slap on the butt?
No, Olgierd.
Right, are you going to step through the wall?
I do a perception, or try and perceive if I can anything before
Roll
I
me a
accept.
perception check.
Very worried.
Whatever.
Would. Yeah. 17.
17. From what you can see and hear, it seems to be sort of deathly quiet around here. There's no real sounds. You can hear some birds in the distance, maybe some living things, but otherwise this seems to be a total ruin. From your torchlight, you can see a bit into the ruins. I'll go ahead and sort of reveal the area around the corner to you. It's largely as you recall. There seem to be several buildings that the orcs would have been stationed in. Otherwise, just a ruin now.
So there's buildings on the sides here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
What are-
Yeah, sorry, because I can only reveal so much at a time. There's walls here, there's walls here. At this point, they're ruins, so they're, maybe 6-7 feet tall. And there's several ways of getting into the buildings if you'd like.
What were you doing with Goarulskul when you were here with him?
The last I remembered, we were trying to rescue him. He was being tortured.
Indeed. Essentially, like somebody had given you information that he had been seen at this camp, but by the time you arrived, there was no sign of him.
Is there like an
And that was
entry?
the last string you saw.
Want me to put
There's
shit on top of one of
an
these
entry
walls?
to this room over here.
Where's
Thesera,
the
as
front
you
door?
approach the room, you can now see through this building, and sure enough, sort of out the back of the building, you can see the floating light again. In this room, there's a bunch of rusted weapons, broken pottery, things like that, as well as about half a dozen skeletons spread about.
Orc skeletons, dragon skeletons,
As
dragonborn skeletons.
you recall, out of anger and spite during the war, y'all didn't really bury or do anything with the bodies. These likely are the same ones that you and your group slayed in the last
orc
fight.
skeletons.
No, I remember that one in the corner there.
I'd like a bitch. Upon recognizing that it's been seen again, the little mote of light seems to flee up and to the right, out of sight.
So all the rusty weapons and stuff. Quick glance. Anything stand out?
Nothing seems to stand out.
Got it.
It's all several years old and been exposed to the weather for many years.
Just wanted to make sure there wasn't a unique weapon laying on the ground.
I stealth around the corner from here.
Okay. Are you actually stealthing?
Yeah.
All right, give me a stealth check. Thesera, are you sure you want to move over there? Are you staying with the group?
Maybe.
Squeeb is trembling.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe I'll just stay with the group behind.
Okay.
Thesera, be
It's
careful.
up to you. If you want to go on your own, by all means.
Oh, I'm Thesera. I don't have a mind of my own.
Okay, I'll just go back to where I was, and I'll just stand here.
All right.
Well, I'm literally glued to fucking
with the 7, Squeeb, as you round the corner, you sort of kick some rocks that make a loud noise as they sort of clack across the stone. But nothing seems to take notice. It still seems relatively quiet.
I didn't even roll stealth and I'm sneakier.
I peer the hole. Yeah.
From here, you can see sort of the other wall of the building over here, as well as into part of this building here.
Thesera spooked the ghost. Nice going.
Just saw it go this way, so I'll go over here.
Thesera, from what you can see, I assume you've got a torch at this point as well, since it's night.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see up a little bit further, up along this path, but you can't make out anything from where you are.
You see anything, Thesera?
Not anything yet.
Did you see which way it went?
Last I saw was when it was in the back of the ruins over here.
I see some tension in your shoulders, big boy. You need a shoulder rub?
Olgierd, that better be Olgierd horse behind me.
Yeah, that's definitely a clopping sound you're hearing.
Thesera, as you approach this room, I'll say you can sort of see into it, at least in part now.
I see a
similarly in here, there seems to be a bunch of dilapidated pieces of buildings, scattered weapons, and you can make out at least 2 skeletons from where you are now.
And they're orc skeletons?
Yep. The one of them seems to be of a different shape. Probably one of the dragonborn that died in the fighting.
Do they have like a cool dragon skull?
You would be able to see their horns, for sure.
You see anything in here, Thesera?
Probably best you guys check out the north side. I can just check around here.
The gate closes on Thesera.
I was gonna say that might be a body of one of your own. Do you want to recover it or no?
They've been here for so long. Better just leave these.
I guess it is the resting place at this point.
Squeeb, as far as you've made it up now, you can see into the rest of this building. Again, with several skeletons. This one mostly just dilapidated buildings, as well as quite a few bloodstains that seem to have soaked into the stone.
Are they fresh? Are they old?
Finally, you're close enough now to see this light. And around the corner of this building, you can see a large well right next to sort of the edge of this. I'm not going to call it a cliff, but you're like sort of 30 feet up or higher up a stone face that leads to sort of the valley below.
Mm-hmm. Olgierd.
As y'all approach, the light continues to sort of flee northward.
Huh.
I thought Jimmy was going to fall in the well or something.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go in the well too. I was going to say Olgierd cut him off. Cut off the light, and then it goes right through him.
Alright, while y'all are chasing that down, Thesera, what are you doing?
I'm going to give a quick prayer to the fallen dragonborn, and then...
She's jumping in the well.
Thesera, do I see you sitting down?
No.
Give me a religion check.
You are atheist. 1.
You like really fuck up a religion check, but it turns into a necromancy spell.
Nat 20.
Thesera.
Back to life.
I'm gonna want to know how you react to this information relatively quickly. Okay.
Okay.
Is he DMing you something?
Actually, yeah, it'll be more fun if I DM you.
Okay.
Or I think I've actually got it set up where I've got a separate channel.
Blood fart.
Cyberpunk. I DM'd Cyber Psycho Trip. I made him just attack a cop. Where did he go?
Hello?
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
As you offer up a prayer to sort of your gods of nature, which I assume you worship more like nature, right?
Yeah.
Than like a specific god. The stone around you and even the wind seems to shout in your ear, danger, flee.
God, I just felt like tingles through my skin.
How do you want to react to that?
I'm just going to... I just feel my heart pumping, and I just want to leave through where I came from and just warn them immediately we have to go.
Okay. Let's hop back in there, and
Okay.
you can tell them that.
Hello?
Hello?
Goodbye.
Squeeb, Olgierd. I think we need to go.
What? Why?
I thought this was gonna be a classic. You're gonna want to see this, like a fucking early 2000 kids movie or something.
My skin is just crawling right now. I feel like we need to go.
Are you starting to flake like his mom?
I smack Olgierd on the back of the head after hearing that comment.
Was that a little insensitive? I'm sorry, bro.
Why? What's the wrong?
It's just this instinct I have, please.
An instinct? What's the matter?
Well, I normally trust my gut, but I think you dragon motherfuckers got different guts than me, so...
From behind y'all, in the direction of the well, you could swear you heard Goarulskul's voice.
Goarulskul.
Is that what he sounds like?
Goarulskul.
Hey,
And,
I'm Goarulskul.
As
That's him.
As y'all look in that direction, you see a phantasmal hand reach up onto the edge of the well before... Oh, wait. A figure seems to emerge from the well.
Oh, this is reminding me of some movie.
You don't say.
Oh, that's not Goarulskul.
Yeah, this is also
As-
like a quest in Witcher 3.
As
You're
it
saying the ring?
appears, you see, let's see if I can show this to players. Or I'll just post it in our chat.
I'm gonna get jump scared by something he posts. In chat are memes.
I'll put it in chat. Oh, that's not it. I swear sometimes I copy an image and it just ignores it.
I know, I hate it.
Yep, still ignored it. Lovely.
So we just see the hand coming up, or we see the whole thing?
At this point, I'm showing this to you, so like you're gonna see the whole thing. If I open it in a new tab.
It's gonna be like Happy Souls. We're gonna go, oh my god, and then
And
my god.
as it emerges from the well, it seems to take the appearance of a young orc woman, but you can see that there's a massive gash across her throat, and her head seems to be barely holding on by a stitch. And I'm going to need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Why didn't you guys listen?
Huh? What'd you say?
10, bro. I can't roll above 10 today.
You did. You rolled a 10. Wisdom.
Zoinks!
Wisdom 17.
You got the whiz. Sarah got the dumb on that one.
Alright, Olgierd and Thesera, y'all are in a frightened condition for a minute. You'll have a chance to re-roll at the end of your turns.
I'm bugging, bro.
Squeeb, on the other hand, potentially because he recognizes sort of the form that the woman's taken, very well could have been one of the ones he slayed, isn't afraid at all, and is willing to stand his ground. From Yell's position, this seems to be the only threat you can see, but it seems as if the presence of this banshee has brought in sort of a chill into the air, and fog starts to fill the ruins.
Alright. Are we rolling initiative?
So you want to rid this shit from your
Oh, yes.
huh?
Yeah, everybody roll for initiative. Sorry.
21. Oh, great. Finally.
21. Oh, great.
So you can run. You can run away from this fight super fast.
Was that?
Mine was a crit, so I guess I'm going first.
Yeah, not 20 does mean you automatically go first.
What about the
plus
Thesera?
dexterity or plus constitution?
No, you can click the big button.
Initiative is plus dexterity.
18. Olgierd, I'm getting the bad feeling too. We should get going.
You don't want to purge this shit from your lands?
This isn't our lands. This is orc territory.
Oh, fuck. Let's get out of here.
All right, what did y'all roll?
21, 21, 18.
Super well. So it's going to be Olgierd first.
You're too slow. I start leaving. I can move 40 now because I took mobile, right?
Squeeb.
Should be able to move 60, right?
I thought it only gave you +5, right?
I thought it was plus 10.
Does it give you +10?
Yeah, I think I went 30, and then I got.
You would have been 30 before. If you're +10, then yeah, you'd be 40.
I'll look up mobile real quick.
40 plus an action, or so if you dashed, you'd go 80.
Yeah.
I just see long leg Olgierd booking
So
it.
it says, yeah, your speed increases by 10 feet, and when you dash, difficult terrain doesn't even cost you extra movement. Nice. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to move 80 blocks towards the exit.
Give me one moment.
You just go through Thesera. Move, bitch!
I was like, hey, you want to get rid of this shit? You're all, this ain't my land. Like, oh, like a cartoon character. Oh, man. Yeah, so I can go all the way to here, this block?
Not through Thesera.
No.
Yeah, technically you have to go around other players, unless
Okay,
you're
so
a halfling.
Let's see it, Hog.
So is this 15?
I mean, we're allowed to move diagonal, so like essentially you would just move like here and then here. So I think it's the same, but
20, 25, and then
another
yeah,
55.
yeah, there you go.
I think it's the same regardless.
Olgierd!
He is.
Are horses? Am I at the horses yet? Can I mount up? Well, I don't have
I'm
an
gonna need you to roll me a wisdom check.
Yeah.
Looks like you got the
It
dumb
got
on that
worse.
roll.
Yeah, it got worse.
The mist that rolled in seems to be supernatural, and as you were fleeing, you actually got lost and ended up running back to the same place you were in before.
I'm like, I close my eyes, then I open them, and I'm back inside. I'm like, what the fuck? You just see me Forrest Gump away, and then Forrest Gump back.
Olgierd, you're running fast into nowhere. What are you doing?
I think there's something up with this mist.
Ah, shit.
All right, so that was your turn since you used that for your action.
Yep.
Who is up next?
It's me.
All right, what you doing? You're. Oh wait, before you go, Hog. Actually, you need to roll to get rid of the fear condition.
I thought that was the wisdom save I made at the end. Or is that a separate wisdom thing?
That was a separate wisdom thing.
Okay, so this wisdom will be for versus fear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, you do save. You're no longer afraid, at least.
Yeah.
All right, I grab.
All right, I guess I'm in this. We gotta figure this shit out.
Can I, if I get the rope from my bag, is that a bonus action or is that my action?
Well, just tell me what you're trying to do with it.
I want to go up to here, 20 feet, and then I'll hand them the rope and say, "Hold on to this, and follow me."
Okay.
Elementary school field trip.
Just seeing Olgierd freaking go like 90 miles at a wall.
Oh man.
So that was 20. So I have another. Was that my action or was that a bonus action?
Handing it over would have been an action.
Okay.
Trading items is considered an action.
So I go 10 feet and I pull out the. I believe the rope's like 50 feet.
Yeah, y'all have a pretty long length of rope. So who's holding the other end of it?
It would be Olgierd holding the end of it. I give Thesera the piece, say wrap it around you.
Okay. I'll say y'all can all hand it between each other on that turn.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Does Thesera do that?
Yes.
Yeah, assuming Thesera agrees to.
I'll agree to it, but I'm just kind of having doubt on what to do.
Well, you never done this before? Me and the other kids who rode the short horse cart did this kind of shit all the time.
Well, just seeing that Olgierd kind of
If I-
teleported back.
If I take my action surge, can I move again?
There's a sprint
Yeah,
action on
you could.
action surge,
Yeah,
right?
you could do it. You could do a
Could you
dash.
action surge a million? Oh no, one dash per turn though. Okay, yeah, that's why you can't.
You
just
can also-
action surge and teleport.
You can also, yeah, you can also only action surge once per turn.
Yeah. Also, getting more action surges though just lets you do it like more times per fight before you need to rest and shit.
For
I thought
short
you
rest
could,
or
like-
long rest or whatever.
Yeah, I thought you could like, action surge and hit someone 13 times in a turn. That's not it, no.
I'll just save it then if we're gonna be closer with the rope. See
Okay.
who.
Thesera, what you doing?
I think I'm going to just use my frostbite move on the apparition.
Okay. Remind me what that does. Do they need to do a saving throw or is it a spell attack?
It's my cantrip. Let me find it here. Constitution saving throw.
It has a +0. I'll give you that information to Constitution. What does it need to save? Oh, it failed. I know it's lower. So roll for damage, right? And it has disadvantage on its next weapon attack. Is that right?
Yeah, weapon attack.
Okay.
Two.
That pocket knife beheading ain't shit compared to what my wizard friend's about to do to you.
And I'm just gonna follow behind Squeeb still with the rope.
See if you can. I say in passing. See if you can get ahead of us. Thesera will be behind.
Okay.
All right. It takes
okay.
2 damage. Oh, wait. What kind of damage does that deal?
Frost.
Not cold.
Sorry. I think it is. Let me read it again. Yeah, cold
Three.
damage, cold damage.
Cold
So it's
damage?
50
Yeah.
feet total, right?
It takes no points of damage.
What?
Mm.
Oh my god.
Dead don't feel cold.
Okay.
All right. It is the Will-o Wisp's turn.
It's gonna tickle me because I'm in the back. Yeah, I didn't even fight in the war, okay?
Which it has reemerged from the ruins down here. And it can go. What's its movement speed? 50 feet hovering.
Oh my god.
10, 30, 40. Actually, I think that's much less than that. It's going to go for good old Olgierd here.
Olgierd.
And it has a melee spell attack. Let's see, what's your armor class?
17.
It definitely misses. You can see it sort of, the ball gets close to you and it tries to swoop through you as it like sort of bursts with electric
Metal
but
conducts electricity pretty well.
It thankfully, as it swoops towards you, you're smart enough to dodge out of the way, and it misses.
Sick.
Next up is going to be this guy, who y'all haven't seen yet.
Oh, Goarulskul, why are you doing this shit to me?
Is it still taking the phantom Goarulskul?
No, at this point, it's just a glowing orb of light.
Or was it the ghost that was...
If any of y'all would like to know more about the monster, you're welcome to do an Arcana check again.
I'll just kill it.
Hey, that is totally fair. Oh, this guy can go 60 feet. Oh.
I have, I think, good Arcana. I can try the check on my turn.
Okay, so since I'm dual wielding, but we're also like holding a rope, my secondary weapon is probably the rope, huh?
Oh, it's a melee weapon.
Well, you can tie it around your waist, Olgierd.
Oh, how long is that gonna take me? I got this dude trying to tickle my butt, okay?
I did it in passing.
This guy is gonna have to dash, just barely, to get to Squeeb.
Yeah.
Post him. So, the one I showed you before is a Banshee. This is a Wraith.
Oh, God. Look at that thing.
So this one...
It steals joy.
This one takes the form of Squeeb, what you would recognize, given what it's wearing, is sort of the orc captain from the brigade you attacked. And he's wielding a giant greatsword, not unlike your own. And as he sort of charges towards you from the fog. But that's going to be his turn because he had the dash. Now it's going to be the Banshee's turn. They can go 40 feet. Damn, I gotta do some more of these undead guys. They're kind of crazy, kind of cracked. She's gonna go to here. And as she rounds the corner... Oh, Sony, we didn't do your wisdom saving throw, did we, for the fear condition?
No, we didn't.
Can you go ahead and roll that? Meanwhile, I'm going to see who all's... Oh, everybody's within range. Lovely. 21, that's definitely a save. Or was that the Arcana check?
That was the wisdom.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. You are no longer in fear, so none of y'all are afraid of the Banshee for the rest of the combat. However, they do have an ability called Wail. As she rounds the corner, she's going to release sort of from where the stump of her neck is, just a eerie screeching sound that seems to shatter your eardrums. And I'm going to need everybody to make another wisdom saving throw.
Nice.
Oh, excuse me, Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Constipation.
You get +5, right?
Yeah.
16, 20, 10.
Bro, I'm just getting tens all day.
Hog, you lose half of your HP.
What?
Ooh! I hear that thing in Dark Souls, you know, the ghost that scream?
Mm-hmm. Sony and Trip, y'all take 5 points of damage.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Hey, it can only use it once per day, thankfully. But that's going to be its turn. So
I can only die once for
we are back up to Olgierd's turn. What you doing?
Shit. Are we still leaving, fellas?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, let's see. How do I want to do this? I have 40 I can go, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to go down diagonal. This one, 40 is 8 blocks, right?
That's right.
Alright, so if I move...
So where you are now, if you move 2 slots away, you're going to be out of melee range from both of those creatures. They're both going to be able to make attacks of opportunity on you.
So I got that mobile in me, though. So I was thinking I was going to use my action to swing at this tougher looking guy. And then regardless if I hit or not, he won't be able to opportunity me on my way by.
Is that how mobile works?
Yeah.
When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to swing at the tougher looking guy. So with my axe, it would be a strength attack, right?
Yep. Plus your strength modifier, plus your proficiency.
Save. I click strength save. What's that?
I mean,
23.
That's fine. It rolls the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
That's a 23 with your main hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Yeah, and that would be
whatever your main hand weapon is, plus your strength modifier. It's probably a D6 or a D8.
Yeah, 1d8 versatile, but then I'd add my strength on top of it, right?
Yep. All right.
I'm just a chance.
As you swing down at the wraith, you seem to feel a bit of friction as you move through it, but it certainly doesn't feel like swinging at a body, and your axe goes through it quicker than normal, and it only takes 2 points of damage.
Got it. And then, so what did we come to the conclusion? I don't have my offhand weapon if I'm holding the rope, right?
Yeah, if you're holding the rope, you wouldn't.
Got it. Okay, so I'm just going to keep moving and take the opportunity from the other guy. So that was me moving 1, so that would be 2.
I mean, did it specify that in mobile that it's only from the thing you attack?
It is only the thing I attack, yeah, so I'm getting it from the ball
thing
again.
Then it will try to attack you again. Okay, it definitely misses. So
got it.
It tries to sort of reach out an ephemeral hand from its body at you, but you're just out of grasp. You're too quick for it. Nice. You're able to get away.
Alrighty, so then that was 2, and I got 6 more movement, right?
That's right.
4, 5, 6. Hi, Thesera, how are you? And that concludes my turn.
All
right. Squeeb, you're up.
All right. Let's see. I guess I'll just try and... Let's see.
Mobile kicks ass. I'm glad I took mobile.
Yeah. Just hog. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Y'all don't know how fast I really am. That video's so funny, dude.
I don't know what I want to do here. I just saw Olgierd's attack go right through.
You still hurted.
Yeah, but how hurted? I think I'm gonna do the old runaway.
The runaway tactic.
Okay, before you start moving, let me go ahead and do this.
My butt cheeks.
The opportunity of attack, just in case you get totally one shot, you know? Then you won't get to move.
I've fallen on my ass.
So its main action is called Life Drain, which acts as a normal attack. But if you don't succeed at a Constitution saving throw after he hits, whatever damage he does to you reduces your hit point max for the rest of the fight until you do a long rest.
I need a girl. I need a girl who can cast a drain on me.
What is it? Constitution?
Yeah. constipation saving throw.
Well, he has to hit you first, and he missed, so...
Whoop.
Lucky you.
How's that dragon ass smell? Because you keep whipping.
So did you have enough distance to make it to the shaded area now?
Yeah, I have 25, so I have 5 more.
In that case, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. 18 and a 1.
Okay. With that, you are able... Let me go ahead and... You are able to make it further out into the ruins.
I still have...
For all of us?
I still have a bonus action.
Yeah, it's seemingly as he moves through it.
It's like
it's almost as if all of you
back almost when he does.
Exactly.
So I keep going down the path. So I have 30 more feet.
Okay.
You're gonna use a dash.
Yeah, because you haven't used an action this turn. You've just moved, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you move forward, oh, that's the wrong thing. Let me pull this out.
It's like, you lose half your health. I'm like, we gotta go, guys.
As you move down and you're still benefiting from that wisdom saving throw, almost without realizing it, as you begin to flee, you run past a spectral dragonborn who seems to be marching into the ruin.
Spectral?
Yes. And without acknowledging you, he moves up past you. He seems to be wearing a cloak that covers some of his facial features, but you'd recognize that massive battle axe he has on his back. You recognize it as Goarulskul, but he doesn't acknowledge any of you, and he proceeds to move up into the fray past you all.
Is that who I thought it was?
Once more into the fray, into the last good fight I'll ever know. Y'all heard me typing, I looked that shit up.
Squeeb, so you still have, I think, 20 feet of movement. What do you do with the last of that?
So I do or I don't recognize them because they're in a hood?
You recognize the axe, as like Goarulskul's axe that he used to carry, but you didn't see his face, and he is sort of spectral-ish from what you appear, and like the cloak around him seems to be ephemeral and flowy, kind of like the fog around you.
I got the feeling that the tide of battle has just changed. But let's get out of here.
I wonder if there's something that like his spirit does every night, Like if he's just been in this eternal battle since you left.
I end my turn.
Okay. It is now Goarulskul's turn, who, seeing the combatants in front of him, lets out a roar and goes into his rage mode. And so he's going to move forward to the Wraith, and he is going to activate Relentless Attack. So he gets advantage, and he's going to hit. As he pulls out the axe and swings down at the Wraith, it too seems to glow with a sort of ephemeral light about it.
Are you hiding the rolls for Goarulskul, or are you just rolling against yourself?
I'm essentially just rolling it on my side. As the axe hits the Wraith, it sort of almost shreds the space itself, and the Wraith bellows out in pain.
So they're actually making contact with each other, unlike when I tried to hit it.
Yeah. He dealt 18 damage to the Wraith.
Oh my god.
The wraith falls to its knees for a moment before standing up, ready to fight again. And that is going to be Goarulskul's turn. Thesera, you're up.
Should I try and do an Arcana check on, like, was it the light here?
If you'd like to, I'll let you do it. It won't take a turn. This is just sort of fun information.
It's a ray of light. You can't interact with it.
You've probably recognized these creatures before. Sometimes in the woods, your mentor would have warned you about them. These are Will-o Wisps. They're sort of undead spirit-like creatures that are known for playing tricks on humans and trying to lead them into traps.
Well, that's what we did.
But they can sort of change forms and use that as well as sort of their ephemeral appearance to lure in humans.
We got.
Squeeb, you coward! You're leaving this dragonborn to fight on its own?
Yes!
Hey, it's 3-on-1. Why don't we make it 4-on-3?
Alright.
I'm going to...
halfway in the grave, too. Maybe I can actually do damage to him now.
I'm going to summon my beast, right
Your little
here.
wolfy guy?
Yeah, just do a little...
Right between the two?
Yeah.
Okay. I should still have him. Let me see if I can find him again.
Oh, so what was the new rules that you wanted to use? What's a druid do now? And
Oh, no, that was... Don't worry about that.
It's for the new
It's like
updated D&D.
it's for D&D 1, which is like the new edition. It's like, you could essentially call it like 7th edition now.
But we can't really do it without like revamping the entire chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Cyberpunk launch, when everyone made new characters. And I let Tristan remake his media character, and he ended up dying in the exact same way he died the first time. Dude, didn't you notice that every time Tristan died, well, other than when Luigi blew him up with a missile, but every time he died, he would just get in a shitty position where a bunch of enemies just literally Swiss cheesed his ass. You know?
Alright, so now you should be able to move him around now.
Yep.
Cool.
Tristan had 4 characters, and he lost 3 of them by
that is your
singling
action.
himself out.
What is your movement?
And I'm just going to probably move, I think, right up to here.
Not so fast. I get an attack of opportunity. I'm kidding.
This is Olgierd's been waiting to stab all of you in the back this entire time.
So I'll end my turn
Not so
there,
fast.
and then I'll go to my...
Your beast gets to go, right?
Yeah, and I believe it gets advantage if we're considering our ghost dragonborn an ally.
He is an ally in this fight, yes.
Turns around and chops you in half.
Who is he attacking? Is he attacking the Wraith or...
I was gonna have him attack
Will-o
the
Wisp?
Will-o Wisp.
Okay.
So it's the best roll. There's a 7 plus 4.
That's 11.
That does not
Junior.
hit.
Oh. Well, I give a thumbs up to my wolf. We'll get him next time.
Alright. In that case, it's going to be the Will-o-Wisp's turn, who is going to try and swing back at the wolf, what's its AC again?
Not high enough.
Let me find it. I think it was similar to mine.
It's 13.
Was it?
Okay, this Will-o-Wisp sucks. Clearly the soul of a non-combatant. It misses again.
It's just some civilian you executed. Orc child ghost.
This is the orc's equivalent of dweeb. Nobody liked him. He was a little dull.
He did smell.
Smelled terrible. Yeah, the Wraith and the Banshee are looking at him like, ugh! God, why is he here? So that's the Will-o-Wisp's turn. The Wraith is going to swing at Killcash now. He gets advantage on his attack because...
Killcash.
Oh, not Killcash, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just using Killcash's icon. On Goarulskul, since he's using reckless attack, he gets advantage. He is going to hit, and then
Goarulskul gets beheaded, and we leave.
and then you all failed him again. Squeeb is haunted for the rest of his life. Yikes! 2d8 plus 3. He takes 14. Oh, but he resists because he's in rage, so he takes 7 points of damages.
Whoa!
But that also is going to go out of his maximum hit points for the rest of the fight.
That was his life drain ability.
That's the Wraith's life drain ability. Oh, actually, he gets a chance to do a Constitution save. Oh, and he gets the Constitution save. So never mind. His HP max is fine. Finally, it's going to be the Banshee's turn, who has already, perhaps prematurely, used her special ability, and she's like, "Shit, I should have waited a turn."
I know how it is to prematurely. Never mind.
Because they're ghosties, she can actually move through the space without any issue. She's going to go here. They're all going to start ganging up on Kill Cash.
Who?
Not on my watch.
I
don't have
they've
a watch.
got Corrupting Touch, which also deals necrotic damage. Let's see. Actually, she's going to go. Well, no, because she can't, because she'll be out of melee range of the beast.
How difficult would it be for me to
that's
go
gonna
of
hit.
the rope?
You can just let go.
And then pull up my hammer in my offhand again.
Yep, that's fine. No actions required. Let me just deal this damage. That's 2d6 plus 2. He takes another 5 points of damage. All right. Up to y'all. We're at 2:33. Sony, I think we probably should call it now. Because I don't think y'all are going to end it in the next... I mean, you might be able to end it in the next 10 minutes. What do you want to do?
We can go until... I'm still trying to figure out my transportation, so I'm okay until... I'll let you know.
Okay, let's... I don't know if we'll be able to finish it in the next turn, but let's just go ahead and go. If it's not
Bless
your turn,
my dice.
go ahead and think what you're going to be doing so that we can move through it quick. Olgierd, you're up.
Alright, so I was going to get right up here. And then
Okay.
I was just going to go full on main attack, so I roll strength, right?
Yep. You're attacking the Banshee.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 6.
Plus your weapon proficiency would be 8, but still not going to be enough.
So I'm going to use inspiration.
Okay.
I'm speed running.
Why don't you just use that other roll for your inspo?
12 plus 5, a 17 will hit.
Yeah. Alrighty, so then I roll damage on that, right?
Yes, which will be your d8 plus
My 3 strength.
3. Yeah.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
Ooh, 11 points of damage. It is going to resist the damage, similar to the Wraith as you sort of swing through its ghostly form. So it's going to take 5 points of damage.
Then I'm going to go with my offhand, which is my hammer, which is also a strength weapon, right?
Yep. And I think on this one, you just add your strength to the roll, right?
Instead of the weapons thing, yeah. So it would be 1d20.
One of these
3,
days,
right?
we'll look up the actual rules for the dual weapon fighting.
When we're not speed running.
Yeah.
So it would be a d20 plus my strength modifier, right? 9. I don't think
9
that's
does not
shit.
hit.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. And then since we're speed running, I'm going to action surge and swing with my axe again.
Okay.
It'll be the 14. It's nothing, huh?
Plus 2, because that's
16.
your main weapon attack gets your proficiency.
Yeah.
So it's a 16, which does hit. So roll
Alright.
for damage. That's the d8 plus 3 again.
Yeah.
Hey, not bad. Another 4 points.
There we go.
So the Banshee's definitely taken a few hits. But despite its, the massive gash in its throat, it seems to still be doing well.
Damn, I was hoping to cut that little thread and send it the rest of the way. So that's all I can do, I think, yeah.
Yep. Alright, I go back however many feet, and I use my superiority die to command strike Goarulskul.
Okay. Nice call.
Oh, yeah.
So he makes a weapon attack?
Yep. Right? And then he adds my 1d8
die.
Yeah. So it would add this to damage 8.
Yeah.
Crap. Which one are you commanding him to attack?
I guess the Banshee.
The Banshee? Okay.
Finish that bitch off, Skull.
He definitely hit. To add that, plus he adds his strength.
I'm gonna say, when he gets commanded to, does like his barbarian rage add on still, even when Squeeb's given the order?
Squeeb, this all feels so familiar to you as you sort of you get a sense of the battlefield and you order or you send commands to your fellow combatants. And just as similarly and just as smoothly as the old days when you used to fight with Goarulskul, this giant dragonborn swings around and sort of feints an attack on the Wraith, which takes it off guard, but he swings through to hit the Banshee next to him and chops its head clean off, to which it lets out another wail before sort of evaporating into the mist around you all.
Hell yeah.
Alright, I end my turn.
Alright, Thesera.
Okay, I'm turning into a wolf.
Oh, excuse me. Goarulskul. So Goarulskul is going to go. He's going to attack the Wraith. Goarulskul went after you. So Goarulskul is going to go again. He just wasn't there for the first turn. He is going to hit the Wraith. He's going to deal, I'm trying to remember again. He swings down his axe across the Wraith and seems to bleed it out across his chest, where just this black energy seems to goo from it, or ooze from it. And what starts as just a trickle of that black ooze eventually begins to just spurt, and it lets out a shriek and disappears.
Damn.
And the Wraith is gone.
This dude's a savage.
He's getting some good rolls. Which is just classic. Just classic me. Whenever I try to prep for these sessions. Anyways. not salty whatsoever.
Had to speed run anyways.
Yeah. Thesera, now it's your turn. Sorry.
I think I'm going to turn into an ape instead.
Okay.
Monkey man, go!
I was going to get up to this Will-o Wisp, and I got...
Okay, go.
I can do multi-attack, 2 fist attacks.
Is that Seth Rogen?
Alright, you said 2 fist attacks?
Yeah, it says 2 fist attacks.
Okay, well, go ahead and make both your attacks, and I'll tell you if either or both hit. Well, that certainly does.
And then I got another one here.
The first attack hits, the second does not.
That's a nat, too. Is that a crit?
20.
It is. So roll for damage
30.
and then we'll double it.
Double it and give it the next Will-o Wisp.
Wow.
Ooh, 8.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 8 damage isn't bad. It does resist it, unfortunately.
So
yeah, because what kind of... I assume that's bludgeoning damage?
Yeah. Let me make sure. I think it is. Yeah, it is.
It's monkey fist.
So it doubles, then goes back to 4. You can't really tell how a ball of light feels, so it's kind of just still there.
It's not gone yet.
It doesn't really show emotion, so it just seems to still be present. Is that your turn?
Yeah, it's the end of my turn, and then I'm gonna do my my wolf.
Beast boy.
He goes right.
So the
Holy
17 plus
shit.
4.
That does hit. Yeah.
7.
So your beast is magical. So can you check for me what kind of damage it does? I think it still does. I think it still does piercing.
I'm pretty sure piercing.
You may need to check on the spell to see if it deals magical type damage or something like that.
It just says melee weapon attack, and then it does my spell attack modifier to hit, and then just says spells level piercing damage.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, it's still going to resist that, so it's going to take another 3 points of damage. Still standing there, or floating there, rather.
Still existing in that area.
He be chilling. He be vibing.
Yeah,
Right. I don't think you can do anything else in your turn, right?
No, that's it.
Okay. In that case, it's going to be the Will-o Wisp turn, who is going to try and attack you, Sony. So this monkey just punched me really hard. And oh my god, what an absolute dweeb. He misses again.
I thought you were going to say he critted the monkey's forehead.
if only. No, he hasn't rolled above a 7 on the rolls.
See, we just got like so inspired when Goarulskul showed up. I know I did in real life. I was like jaw drop. We win now. I was like, we won.
Yeah, Olgierd standing at half health. We win now.
You're lucky he rolled high. That's all I'll say. I forget about that commanding attack too. You got a max damage roll on that, so that was because if you had done that to Sony or Olgierd, that would have been resisted. But specifically because his weapon isn't being resisted, it does full damage, which
and it like fits the lore too,
even more.
Perfectly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, wonderfully well done. Love it.
Bonus 999 damage just for
kills me for the challenge I was trying to make for y'all, but love it for the lore. Olgierd, you're gonna be up.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna get cozy right in here.
Yeah, let's finish this out.
Go for another swing. A strength.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Ew.
That would be like a crit fail, right?
That definitely misses. Yeah.
I'm gonna inspiration die on that. I got a 2 instead. Great, so I miss.
Hey,
at least I don't cut my leg off at the needle, you know.
I was gonna say you don't crit fail by like launching your axe into the stone or something.
You killed Thesera's dog.
Are you using your bonus action for offhand?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. So I'm gonna totally fuck that up too.
Say if you get a nat 1 on this, I'm gonna die.
1d20 plus 3.
Ooh, 20.
Hey, that hits. All right. Roll for
that'll
damage.
be another d8. And do I add my strength for dual wielding, right?
I think so, due to the feat.
3.
Legit resists. It's still existing, but it is the light's flickering quite a bit.
I feel like I'm knocking the lights out of this one.
Okay, Squeeb, you're up.
Can I squeeze by somebody over here? Or are all you fat asses in the way?
Do you have a crossbow?
Unfortunately, no. Yeah, you could shoot it with a ranged weapon, but no, you're not going to be able to squeeze past anybody.
Man, I wish freaking Goarulskul was over there instead of these two.
Unless you want to convince me you're going to do some crazy wall run, which you're welcome to do, but you're going to have to roll for it. Otherwise, you're going to have to go around or shoot.
If we did a leapfrog where he's all like, "Oh, you're crouch," and he jumps off my back like a movie.
No,
you could have done that on your turn and used an assist action, but you already attacked.
I'll just say that freaking Olgierd, that was pitiful. Try again, and I'll use my commanding strike on him.
Okay.
Right.
Make a weapon attack.
Yeah,
Woo!
baby.
Oh,
and then
all
add
right.
a d8 to this. Oh, there's your 1.
Hey, but we double the damage because I crit, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
I just wanted to
and you roll for
mention,
damage.
I just talked to my family. I don't have to go in tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
We
So
are
that'd be
we are
7
almost
double.
done. In case you need to do anything, but we'll go ahead and finish it out as planned. Then.
Okay. Yeah, just want to make sure there's no time constraint. You guys are good.
Alright.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
the
that'd
time
be
constraint made us do better.
that'd be 7. That'd be 7 doubled to 14,
But
which
then
is
Back to
7. So yeah, back to 7 damage.
Alright, that was less pitiful.
Describe your kill on the Spirit of Dweeb here.
So it's just kind of like floating orbs and stuff.
Wait, it's actually Dweeb from the mansion.
Yeah, but it's the orc version of Dweeb.
I'm gonna try. So since I keep passing through it, in my head I wanted to try to get like the orb in between like the wall and my axe and see if that would just like clap it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I went for.
Right, well, that works as, like you said, you kind of swing through it. You always catch a little piece of it, and you get it close enough to the wall that as you catch a little piece of it, you slam it into the wall with your axe, where it literally just like explodes like a burst of paint against the wall, and just an ectoplasmy mess, which then evaporates into the mist.
That's what we needed, fellas. We got the best battlefield commander to ever live right behind us.
And with that, y'all are now out of combat. Congratulations.
How long does the dog persist? Can I pet it?
I go up to Goarulskul.
That's up to Sonia.
How long does the monkey persist? Can I pet it?
Hey, monkey, I'm trying to talk to my old deceased friend.
Goarulskul, once the threat seems to have passed, he places the great axe back on his back in the sort of. You ever seen that, like that how they show that people would carry great swords? It's almost like a leather strap that you sort of place it into because it's too big to put in a sheath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Essentially puts that in a strap on his back. Pulls the cloak back over his face a little bit and begins to walk northwards.
No, Goarulskul. No, jeez, he really walked away.
He's zooming. He is running. Now that the fog's cleared, you can see that there's actually a full moon in the sky that lights up the area pretty well. And since the mist is cleared, you can see the rest of this. This hill sort of faces back towards your home, and you can see the torch lights in the distance. Goarulskul seems to just be standing up at the edge, right by the end of this rock wall.
New NPC unlocked. Is he just standing there?
Menacingly, yeah.
I go closer.
Okay, he's still just standing there.
Even closer.
Still standing there.
Even closer. I'm dead.
in a weird way at this point, like you'd think, if this were your old friend or if this were any person having just come out of combat, they can certainly hear you approaching, but they don't seem to react to your presence yet.
Goarulskul, it's me, Squeeb.
As you walk up next to him, he turns towards you, and sure enough, under the features, or under the shadow of the cloak, you can make out Goarulskul's face, and he turns to you, and he raises a hand and points out and over sort of in the hills direction past the town, or the clan home that you've just come from. He points to Castle Dragonspear, upon which he seems to mouth some words that you can't make out. Well, actually, you know what? I'll give you a chance to make them out. What would that be? How about a perception check?
I was wondering if lip reading's a skill in this game. No.
This is in Cyberpunk. 18.
As he's pointing to Castle Dragonspear, he says, or again, there's no audible sound that comes out. But from these lips, you can read, "Find me and the path to hell." And then before you know it, he sort of evaporates into the mist and seems to disappear.
No, I reach out to him and get on to my knees as he just evaporates in my hands.
I just come up near him, and I just start going ook ook.
I wanted to put a. He's sitting there where his butt.
Banging on his chest.
He's sitting there on the ground. I'm gonna give my version of ook ook.
Not now, Seth Rogen's. I can't handle right now.
I'm just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and say, you know, you seem like a great person to fight with. I can tell why you would have been such good friends with him.
Did you guys hear what he said, or did you see what he mouthed?
No, it's too far away.
Ook?
He said, he said, find me on the path to hell, and he pointed to our town center in Dragonspear Castle.
Oh, I hope he's not in hell if he's still appearing in this world.
Me neither, Olgierd. Not horse.
Not the horse. Yeah, the horse comes out of the fog. It's like, oh, me? You're talking to me?
I feel like that episode or that scene in The Lion King when his dad comes back to see him.
Yeah.
In the sky, and then he just disappears. Yeah, like that one.
Yeah.
That's me right now.
Yeah, it's actually.
All right. What would y'all like to do next? Are y'all returning to town now?
I'd like to follow Squeeb, make sure he's in a good mental state, and see if
I jump off the rocks.
I was gonna say, see if our mental health ape can do anything.
Mental health ape. We got a mental health ape, and we got a mental ape.
Got my therapy wolf too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a therapy dog.
It bites my hand.
The wolf also goes oop oop.
Single tear goes down my eye, or down my cheek, and I just say, it was nice to see him again in his glory days.
Yeah, he tore it up.
Alright. Well, I guess we should head back into town and tell them what we saw.
Should we try to
Maybe get some
hell wherever he was pointing?
Let's get some rest for now. It's late.
Yeah, we fucked up everyone's dinner.
Olgierd, you're
weighing on my conscience really hard.
Olgierd, you don't look so well.
I don't know what that bitch did to me. Yo, so what kind of damage would that be? Like, what happened to me physically?
Psychic?
Just so you know, those creatures had a bit higher CRs, so I nerfed them a bit, but I thought they'd be interesting to play against. They had like some slightly different abilities that were cool too. Technically, that insta kills you.
Oh.
What?
Rather, it doesn't, like, you don't die. It drops your health. It downs you instantly. But normally they would be like a boss you would probably take on. If it was just the three of you, it would probably just be you three versus that one thing. Mm-hmm. If you were in a party of 4 or 5, it might be that and like 2 Will-o Wisps or something like that. Mm-hmm. But since it was just the 3 of y'all, aside from Goarulskul coming back there to help at the end, I nerfed them slightly. So I changed it to where if you didn't if you didn't make the saving throw, then it immediately reduced your health by half.
Yeah.
I think it's necrotic damage, technically.
Does it have the same
may not
effect?
actually be a damage type, because it more has like an effect that it just reduces your hit points.
Does it have the same effect where you can't heal it? Or no?
No, that was unique to the Wraith.
That would have sucked. You just like add 0 hit points. You can't heal.
Yeah.
Well, like, thankfully it restores at the end of a long rest, but those guys, particularly at higher levels, can be a super pain in the ass.
What did
if they're in an early fight and they reduce your hit point total for like the rest of a dungeon, like, that sucks.
That's brutal. Yeah.
What did Goarulskul roll for when I did the first commander strike?
The first one where he killed the Banshee,
Yeah.
He rolled I think it was an 18 for the attack. The Banshee had pretty low AC, so it was pretty easy to hit. It's just, so was the Wraith, honestly. It's just that they resist all damage, so that's what makes them tough to kill. Except from non-magical sources. So that's why his was able to go through and deal damage. Then he rolls a d12 plus 4 from his strength, plus 1 from his weapon, plus 2 from rage, plus 8, and he rolled an 11 out of 12. He did 24 damage in the first hit or something. I was like, Jesus Christ. All the rolls were high. It just worked out. If he had missed that attack, though, it would have been really funny.
You just woke up that night and wanted to beat ass.
But that's why, that's one of the reasons I've always asked Muffin whether or not he wants to do his reckless attack, because it gives him an advantage on all his attack rolls. And sure, the people attacking him also get advantage, but because he resists most damage types when he's in rage, it's sure, they're more likely to hit you, but you're still tanky because you resist the damage, and you can deal more damage with the advantage. Yeah. I'll probably push him to use it more because it's really good. Anyways, so yeah, y'all return home.
So I don't have any visible wounds. It's all in my heart.
Whether or not y'all sort of believe the rumors at this point that people have been seeing Goarulskul, Squeeb, I'd say at this point you're pretty sure that you have in fact seen him. Whether the kids in town had seen the Will-o Wisp or something else, you may never know. But as you return home, you see actually several torches of people running around, and as somebody finally finds you, they go, "Oh goodness, you're Squeeb Jr., right?"
Yeah.
Your father put the word out that you'd gone missing. Everybody's been looking for you.
How long have we been gone?
Y'all been gone for about. Your father had said y'all had left after dinner. Y'all been gone for about 2 or 3 hours.
No, we just went up to the old orc battlefield and saw some superstition and some Will-o Wisps taking the form of
those orcs.
Orcs and also our past comrades.
They seem to just look at you and give me an insight check. Each of y'all can roll it.
Let's see.
18. Oh wait, no, 11. Hog got an 18, and Thesera got a 19.
Squeeb, you can tell that they don't believe your story. Hog and Sony, y'all can tell. Not only do they not believe your story, they're just nodding along, yeah, sure, buddy. They think you've been drinking or something, or just going wild out there, seeing all kinds of things. Not only do they not believe you, but they're judging you a bit for it.
Well, rather if you believe me or not.
Well, look, you say whatever you want to say. That hill's only about 30 minutes outside of town. Whatever y'all were doing is none of our business. So, just your parents are worried about you. Y'all should head back.
All right, where's the medic in town, though? Need to help Olgierd?
Oh, I don't know. My wounds are even visible. I'd need a healer magic or something,
Yeah, there's a cleric staying in town at the barracks. One of the young men has been trained in the healing arts.
Yeah. Why don't you go down there, Olgierd?
We actually have actual pain. I know you don't believe it, but
why don't you go down there, Olgierd, and I'll go. Yeah. My parents, Thesera, you can go with either of us.
Me and him, we got the same story because it's real, kid. Yeah. Hashling, whatever he called you.
Thesera.
So Olgierd's gonna stop at barracks to get some healing. Yeah. Have y'all decided what y'all sleeping arrangements are gonna be for the night? Are y'all gonna all stay at the barracks?
I can stay at the barracks, yeah.
Okay.
Help the horses.
But you're gonna go stop by your parents first.
Yeah.
Thesera, who are you joining?
Am I still in my ape form? That's what I'm thinking. Just go
You tell me.
Yeah, we come back with a good flow. We got in quite the
Are you ape riding on your horse?
Actually, I'll probably just say I shapeshifted out of it when we're leaving.
Somebody please post that Planet of the Apes thing where it's the monkeys all riding the horses with spears. So you're back in Dragonborn form?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, it's up to
Who are you gonna go
Olgierd
with?
if he wants my wolf though or not.
The wolf?
Yeah, my therapy wolf.
Oh, yeah, can you go to the healer with me?
What's the duration on that? Is it an hour?
Is it an hour? I don't know
I
if
think it's just an hour.
has it been an hour since then?
Been 3
Like I
hours.
said, well, no, it's been about 30 minutes.
From our perspective.
Well, no,
Alright.
it has in fact been that amount of time. Yeah, y'all didn't think y'all were there for all that long. In fact, the fight maybe lasted 10 minutes. So y'all would
Say if we think
maybe
about like each turn is 6
30
seconds.
minutes there, 30 minutes
right?
there, 30 minutes back, maybe another 30 minutes at the ruin. Like, it certainly hasn't been 3 or 4 hours from y'all's perspective.
We experienced the classic paranormal lost time
Given,
type shit.
given what y'all expected or y'all experienced in the fog, you think that not only may it have messed up your sense of space, but perhaps of time as well.
Anyways.
So I guess it's got like what, 20 minutes left?
Sure. Yeah, we'll say
I'm
that.
gonna roll with the dog
Alright.
and say,
Thesera, are you coming with me?
I'll come with Squeeb then, and then you
Dog
can have
on
my
me.
therapy wolf.
Alright, go talk to the dog, Olgierd.
As you lay down in the bed, Olgierd, to receive the healing magic, the wolf is just licking your hand in a very cute way.
It makes me feel so much better.
I come into the house. Are they awake?
HP from the dog and then 21 from the healer.
Your mother's back in her spot by the fire, and your father was sort of standing over next to her, and he comes running to the door and gives you a big hug this time. Before he had pulled it back, sort of, but this time he embraces you closely and goes, "Oh, my son, I thought you may have left again. What happened?"
Well, we went to Goarulskul's house and we saw some phantasmal light, and we were tracking it because I thought I saw him, and it led us back to the old battle area where we defeated the orcs, or tried to defeat the orcs.
What is Squeeb's emotional state as he's telling all this?
Distraught that I can't see my friend anymore.
Your mother calls over to you and sort of motions you to come closer. And with a very serious expression on her face, though she's no longer the chief, you can see she's sort of in chief mode now. She says, "Tell me everything."
I tell her everything perfectly.
Perfectly relay that information, GM. In perfect, clear detail. Even the part that you're gonna leave.
She nods her head and she says, she looks over in the direction of her husband, your father, and says, "Perhaps we should tell him about the illness now."
Illness? Why did you want me to go to my friend's old house anyways?
We have a severe case of scale itch over here. Okay.
That was purely for your own sake. We thought it could be therapeutic to go back to his old home. Frankly, I hadn't believed the rumors that people had seen him. But from what we can tell, as you can see, I've been deteriorating for some time now. It all seemed to start a few months after the war ended. At first, it just appeared as sort of weakness and shortness of breath. Eventually, I could hardly walk anymore, and I had to stay in a chair for the most time. Eventually, it started to become physical. I've lost most of my sight at this point. Our scales are peeling off, which is no normal disease. No healing magic seems to fix it. We had a cleric in town that seemed to believe it's some sort of illness of the soul. There's a couple other people in town that are like me as well. The only thing that they have any idea is that it seems to have some sort of relation to the influence of the Nine Hells.
The Nine Hells?
Mm-hmm. And given Goarulskul's comment about the path to hell, I can't help but think it might have something to do with it.
What are the Nine Hells?
Make me either a religion or a history check.
Make me I'm not a bonehead check.
I'm a bonehead.
Thesera, since you're there as well, you're welcome to make one.
I'm a bonehead.
Oh yeah, Squeeb.
Wow,
More bonehead.
Y'all are both pulling big dweeb moves here. You've obviously heard of the Nine Hells. Who in this realm hasn't? As far as information about it, you just have always remembered it as like a spooky place from children's tales. You don't really know anything about it. Your mother is quick to educate you that the Nine Hells are real, and they are realms where essentially the devils live. Essentially this race of magical, generally evil, lawful characters, each with sort of, on each of the different levels, a different ruler sort of reigns over the souls of the damned and the dead. Besides that, she's not an expert on it either, but she knows it is a place, though its influence normally wouldn't carry into the realm that y'all are on now. Something must have happened for it to be able to, the influence of it to be able to carry over.
What do you think we should do?
She says, "Are you sure?" He pointed to Castle Dragonspear.
Yes.
She says, "I don't know a ton about Castle Dragonspear. Our clan hasn't served the dwarven rulers there in many centuries. But it was ruined at the time that the dwarves that lived there were experts in interdimensional travel. There could be something going on at the castle. I don't know if y'all are in a position to look into it. I fear what might be going on there, though we haven't noticed any activity. It seems to be as dead as it's always been."
What do you guys think?
We need
I
to
think
head
the dog's fading away.
We need to hit the Dragonspear anyways on our route.
Yeah. Well, you think there's a cure for this sickness?
They don't know. Are you asking Thesera, or are you asking your mother?
I guess everybody in the room.
Well, your mother shakes her head and says she doesn't know. The traveling cleric that had come through had said it's sort of a very uncommon disease that they don't know much of. It essentially corrupts your soul, and that reflects in sort of your physical health. Whether it can be reversed, no one knows.
Who else is plagued by this in the town?
She lists a few people. A couple of them you recognize as parents of friends. She also lists off a few that when you ask about them, it sounds like even a couple younger Dragonborn have been afflicted with it as well.
Is it those who have been in the war?
No, the younger ones wouldn't have participated in the war.
Was it just random?
Seemingly.
Can I do like a medicine check on his mom to see if I might?
If you'd like.
Yeah. I am a bonehead.
Well, no longer bone.
So, is there a particular part of her you'd like to examine? Because with medicine, you're more looking at like her physical condition of her body.
It's just they were saying it's like something with the soul, so I was thinking of like trying to look at her chest or something.
Okay. Then how
you're
about
not here.
how about you give me an Arcana check then, because that's really going to be more like magic related. But since you did so well with the medicine check, we'll give you advantage on the Arcana check.
You want me to do another one too, in case?
Yeah.
In case you get a nat 20.
Ooh, it was better.
Well, generally the way like successes work is theoretically as long as you hit the success, it's a success. The way I like to play it is that like there's a save you need to make to be successful. In this case, it was 15. And then every 5 above that, you get precedingly better results, or potentially every 5 worse than that, you get, even worse results. That's not by the rules per se, but I think it's a fun way to play. So a 20 and a 22 will get the same results, but in this case, a 19, for example, and a 22, the 22 would be better. Just to explain, that's sort of some behind the curtain stuff that I do. So with the 22, you are able to tell sort of, again, tuning into nature and sort of having examined some of her wounds, you feel as if something's off about her per se. Like you're not tuning into her chakras or anything like that. But it feels as if she's been separated from sort of the natural order of everything else around you.
That's so weird.
What is it?
She just feels like she's separated from the natural order around me.
Yeah, Druid, quit munching mushrooms. I wish I was there.
No, it just doesn't feel like she's truly herself.
Thank you for the horoscope.
Yeah, Zodiac woman.
I'd like to think it can be reversible, though. Like, I don't know, I'm just assuming if it's with random people happening, there has to be something to stop it from this to keep occurring. If that gives you any hope.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, with that, your father sort of pulls you aside and says, "We're so glad y'all got back and you're safe, and it sounds like there's some decisions that need to be made, but it is late. Your mother certainly should be getting her rest. Will y'all be staying the night, or are y'all going to be staying at the barracks?"
I think we'll stay at the barracks for now.
Nobody even asked.
Your father nods his head and says, "Don't worry about it. It's been this way for many years now. We're just so excited to see you again."
Yes, well, likewise. Well, we best get back to see Olgierd. He didn't fare as well of us.
All right. As you get back, Olgierd, are you just passed out at this point, or are you still awake?
I'm mourning the loss of the dog.
yeah, the dog has dissipated at this point.
What did the magic do to me?
Turn you into a ham sandwich.
It restored most of your hit points, but you'll still need to long rest to be fully healthy.
Oh, I'm feeling quite better. I don't know about you guys.
We didn't get hit.
So you guys took 5 each. Took a little 5-piecer.
Well, you took half of yours, so, better than you. Anyways, I think we need to set horse for Dragonspear tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's where we were going. Yeah. That was the plan, right? Unless you want to stay home forever.
The Olgierd starts coughing to death.
All right. With that, then, this is where I was going to end it. Actually, I was going to end it after y'all finished the fight, so we actually got to get some more stuff out of the way. So great session. Thank you guys for playing. Plan will be for, it sounds like next time y'all will leave town and head for Dragonspear.
Yeah.
All right. I'm by no means forcing y'all into that. I have stuff prepared for it, but if y'all want to just keep moving, if you think your other mission's more important, you're welcome to.
I think I'm just going to settle down here. I like this community.
Next weekend, I think we had planned for y'all to work, but I think Hog, you said you were not going to be available.
I just canceled that trip today.
Okay. In that case, we'll plan on y'all going next weekend. Does that still work for people?
Game to game.
Works for me.
Alrighty.